Hey cuties, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we're of course going to be watching Dumbest Bully Couple Tell Victim, You Will Be Cancelled by My Fans and Hated by the Internet, obviously by Stephanie Sue. So obviously we finally have part 3. This is part 3, right? Not part 2? Or is this part 4? I actually don't know. How many parts of this is there? What the heck? Okay, I'm just crazy. This is part 4 of the current reality China verse series that Stephanie's talking about. Finally got it. Of course, she always uploads it when I can't react to it, right? Because it's on the weekends and I don't want to do RAD on the weekends, right? That's the quote-unquote days off is the weekends for the channel. I just post gameplay on those days if I feel like it. It's either nothing or gameplay on the weekend. So finally, we can watch this video. This was 2 days ago she uploaded this. Yep. We are going to have a QT today, the QT today. We got hate comments. Well, I don't know if it's even a hate comments, if not just someone being mean. It's not necessarily hate. I don't know how to describe it. But let me find it. Here we go. This is a comment. Gross. What the F is that? Is that a brown leaf monster? Looks so hideous. I'm glad you run a horror channel. And now if you don't know what to talk about, this was on a RAD video. Of course, I think it was a Stephanie video. Don't go looking though, of course, because that's why these have the face and name erased. You're not supposed to go bother them. You're talking about my model, which is it? Does it look like a brown leaf monster? What even is a brown leaf monster? How do you not? How you're not able to tell that it's a rabbit? Well, anthropomorphized. How do you say that? Anthropomorphic rabbit? Question mark. Like, how do you not know this is a rabbit? What do you? Who in their right mind sees this and thinks leaf, a brown leaf? Am I crazy or what? Like, how does this look like a leaf? Say a brown leaf monster. Apparently it's hideous, which, I mean, this is an original character, so I guess you just don't like B-Lock from Shangri-La Frontier. I'm glad you run a horror channel. This isn't a horror channel, this is a variety channel. I kind of wish I could do horror stuff more often. I just don't have the computer for it, right? Because so many free games come out to play for horror and whatnot, but I have to use GeForce Now to play these games, and if they don't show up on GeForce Now, then I just can't play them, right? So, again, I would love to be a horror channel. There's lots of horror videos over the years on the channel, but this is not a horror channel yet, question mark. Horror in July is coming up, though. So in July, hopefully we'll have a lot of horror games to be playing. Question mark. But yeah, like, what is going on with this comment? It was just like caught me off guard to hear this. Like, brown leaf monster, it's hideous. Whatnot, like, what are you talking about? And someone who wasn't, again, trying to be mean, they just were saying this. They were saying it was scary. That's not. No, if that person's watching this, I'm actually not talking about you yet. I'm going to talk about you in a second. This is someone from Instagram that I know. Also said this was scary. Like, I don't know, they might have said it was cute too, but then also scary at the same time. Is B-Lock scary? Like, is she scary? I don't understand. Is this model actually scary? I literally just tried to, like, one-to-one B-Lock from Shangri-La Frontier, which I have a picture of it. I'm going to pull it up in a second. But yeah, once upon a time, they said this was scary, and then I got a new comment, which again, this comment I'm about to pull up is not from a hater. You'll see I liked and gave them a heart on their comments, responded to their comment. They even responded and said they still liked the video, or what I'm assuming. But there's also this comment that I got as well. After that, I mean, obviously I took these at different times, right? But the newer comment is the scary one. Your avatar is scary, just plain and simple. You see, I gave it a thumbs up and a heart. Is it really scary? I don't get it. I appreciate being spooky, but how is this model spooky? I just don't get it. And obviously, like, here's B-Lock. right? This is literally the character stripped from the anime. I didn't make that. This is what you're looking at right now, this drawing here. I didn't make that drawing. That is just ripped from the anime, right? That is her. Question mark. Let me just move this over real quick. Right? Oh, I'm behind the comments, unfortunately. Let me just hide those. Right? Like, it is just her. Obviously, it just looks better, though, like, because the drawing is going to look better than my 3D model, but still, and I've added texturing, right? The pants have texture, her skin, or fur, I guess, has texture. I have the anti-aliasing turned off too, so it's not really helping. Let me turn the aliasing on real quick. There. That's like times 16 aliasing to smooth that out. But yeah, it's literally just this character. Again, theirs is cuter, and also mine might be a little bit too furry on the head. I might have added like too much fur there. But again, is this drawing next to me like scary or what? Is it really that scary? I don't think so. Question mark. There we go. Get back in the corner. Move this back over. And now we're going to rant for a second. Again, no hate to this person. Again, that's not a hate comment. It's just surprising that this model is so scary. Question mark. To some people, I will say. Because we have... we got this. We got this. Question mark. I'm just going to cycle through models right now that are actually horror themed, right? Like this is basically just like Audrey 2. Like one of my very first models that I ever made, right? Because obviously sunflowers are my thing. So you can argue that this is like the model that I probably need to make a new one of. Because this one is so old, right? It's maybe a bit dated. I don't know. But yeah, like I could be using this the whole time instead of V-Lock and actually be scary. Or I could be Hollow here, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Like, it's a monster from Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, this one's cute though. I mean, it's technically, you can argue that's horror themed, but it's still just a cute little guy, right? Hollow. I don't know if we want to call this one horror, question mark. But it could be, right? Depending on the person, right? This is an oldie as well. Pretty old at this point, question mark. I don't know if anyone wants to see this guy around here. But yeah, and again, could be using this instead. I mean, I'm not going to, right? I do think I need a new model instead of like continuing to use B-Lock for like having B-Lock as a face of the channel. But I don't know when that's going to be. Like maybe if I end up finally getting around to making Melty, my Melty model, then maybe I can use her instead. Though I don't know if I'm going to want to turn that into VTuber or not. We have just this face, which like some people would actually be scared of this, question mark, depending on the situation. Like the face from Sesame Street. That's kind of, if you know what I'm talking about, like if you know, then I know people are scared of that or find it spooky, question mark. We got this freak, which I know none of y'all have seen because I may have used it like in one video or two, I don't know, a few, like who knows how many years ago, probably like during a Splatoon 3 stream. It's probably when I had used this thing, straight jacket, blood on it, cognito hazard warning on the TV, question mark. I could be this freak. I know some people are afraid of the Duolingo owl. I don't know why. Well, I don't know, not why, but I mean, obviously it tries to be spooky, right? But the emails that it sends you, like, hey, you better actually continue doing your Duolingo. I'm gonna come get you, question mark. I'm gonna come kill you. Like, so Duolingo does try to actually be spooky on its own, right? If you didn't know, like Duolingo actually tries to send you threatening messages in your email if you don't do your dailies or whatever, right? It will actually send you spooky emails, and they probably like tweeted stuff before that's like spooky, question mark. I mean, I do use this model, right? Because I'm doing Duolingo every day, so this is a model that we're we're using, but again, some people might find this more spooky. I just don't know how like people find B-Lock to be spooky when I have all this stuff that's actually horror themed. We got this one. This one's an oldie as well. And obviously, you can see the pattern. I like putting screens on top of heads, basically, at this point. So we got this one. This is an oldie. Probably can't even tell because it's like, you know, like black on black with the background. We got the moving cogs there on the side. We even have like the wind-up key in the back that actually spins. On this one, we have the spider lily on top of the head there, which is supposed to be what, like symbolic of death or whatever, question mark, Japanese thing. This one isn't horror. I'm just showing it because it's cute, right? Because it's just the bamboo that I made from Zenless Zone Zero. So we have like a little break, a cute break in between all these spooky quote unquote models that I keep showing off, question mark. So enjoy this cute little bamboo while you can. Is this one creepy? Question mark. This Valentine's Day heart. Is this creepy? And of course, the piece de resistance, right? This analog horror one, like one of the last ones that I ever made, because I haven't really made any VTuber models recently, other than the boar, right? I did make the boar within the last month, but I haven't made any like long project ones that take a while to make like this, right? I haven't made one of these in quite a while, question mark. This might be my best one, I don't know, question mark, if it is or not. But yeah, I mean, I could be this freak instead the entire time of B-Lock. It's just funny that so many people think B-Lock is scary or horror related when I actually have all these horror freaks that I could be using instead of B-Lock. Question mark. What do I have here? We have on cycle. That's not actually cycling through anything. I was pressing the numpad to see what images I have, because I have things that the screen will change into, but it's not actually changing, so I don't think I have any of the keys set for this model, I'm guessing. But yeah, we can go back to B-Lock now. We ranted long enough for this. But yeah, it's just interesting that people find it scary. And then, you can add like polls to videos, so if I can figure out how to do that, I might put a poll down in this video saying somewhere on the screen, I don't know how it works, like you'll have to tell me. Somewhere in this video there's a poll somewhere, either description or somewhere, I don't know how this works, asking, is B-Lock scary? Is this model scary? Yes or no? And then we can see what people think of that on the video. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but it's going to be such a downer. I'm not going to talk about it for very long, so if you want to skip this part, you can skip this part. I don't know how long it's going to be. Question mark. Like, obviously, if you're looking in the video and you see the QT get off the screen, then you'll know that I've stopped talking about it again. If you don't want to be miserable, skip past this part. Again, you've been warned. But I felt like I had to talk about it for at least like a microsecond, because it's honestly, it's been like 14 minutes. I can say this, right? Excuse the language. Because I don't typically swear, but it's honestly kind of like pissed me off, question mark, that this happened, which it was, I'm not even going to like be too specific. The YouTuber I liked watching, they had some videos over the past couple of years that I liked watching, and whenever one would show up, I was like, oh, nice, like actually excited to see one, right? And I've been kind of been waiting for another one to come out. That's been like a couple months. Like, I knew they were having issues, but I was like, oh, they're going to be fine, right? Tuesday, they died from cancer. And it's just like, it's so aggravating having to like, I don't know, like see people die, I guess, question mark. Especially if they were doing something and they never got to finish what they were doing. I'm tired of seeing that specifically. Like, I'm actually sick and tired of seeing people trying to do something and then, shark into the stick, and they just, they pass and without finishing what they were trying to do. It's just so aggravating and those kind of things, right? Will probably be forever because like your entire life for the rest of your life, because now that's just another dart on the board of like whenever I remember this person question mark I'm just gonna get immediately angry knowing that they're not here anymore question mark, or just sad obviously as well, but so then I have to deal with that. But of course, I mean, they're gone, so it's like oof. But yeah, I didn't want to talk about that too much. That wasn't going to be too specific on who, right? Not to just have anyone like ruin their life any further, right? Knowing like this specific person's gone, but it's just someone I watched died, and I am still angry about it. I'm going to be angry for the rest of my life? Question mark, probably. That they're gone. But yeah, we can get into the video now. Though if you want to know who I was talking about, maybe in the next video I'll actually talk more about it. Like, I just don't want to be too much of a downer. We're doing a lighthearted video today, and we were just like goofing around for a while there, looking at these dumb models that I have, right? So I don't want to have too much Debbie Downer stuff here. It is just really frustrating. And of course, well, let me put this back on the screen. The older, this something you got, I would like to say though, like the older you get, the more that list of people who are not here anymore grows, right? And you just keep compiling this list to getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The longer you live, the bigger that list gets. Anyways, Debbie Downer segment over, question mark. We can go ahead and get into the video now. And hopefully everyone didn't just rage quit from being depressed after what I was just talking about.
This is the fourth part of Secretly in Love, the most unhinged Chinese dating reality show that I think we've ever talked about, which is saying a lot because we've seen some really unhinged go down. I don't even know how to recap the previous episode. If you haven't watched the first 3 episodes, you're not going to know who any of these people are. I highly recommend you watch those. But if you like chaos in your life and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to start here. Let me quickly explain.
Oh yeah, before we actually get further in, go watch the Lego stuff, right? If you have not seen the Lego stuff, everyone is talking about the Lego stuff, right? Go watch the Lego stuff. 2 videos, third video hasn't come out yet, though it's probably going to come out soon. Hopefully it comes out tomorrow, so we can just watch it tomorrow. But yeah, the Lego stuff is crazy, and all the bonus stuff that's all over the internet, right? The police cams, like the unredacted police footage that came out is crazy and whatnot. Like I've said in comments, like this is like, even in that video, the second video, is this just Karen Reed again? Like Karen Reed 2.0, but without the murder, right? There's no murder in this case yet. I don't know if there's going to be murder. Like, murder was threatened in the videos, but murder did not happen, question mark. So it's just a case of the cops all being in cahoots with each other, being in cahoots with the not the defendants, but the people who were actively against we'll call them the protagonists in this scenario, right? They're all in cahoots together against someone, right? So again, if you haven't seen the Lego stuff, just stop putting it off or thinking it's not going to be good. Watch the Lego stuff. Like it gets even better if you might find the first video annoying. Like the second video is like great, right? Just watch the Lego stuff.
It's a TV show. It's a reality show. Dating.
Even if it's not me, just go to the original channel. I don't care. Watch the Lego stuff. Keep up with the Lego stuff.
Chaos in your life, and you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna start here. Let me quickly explain. It's a TV show, it's a reality show, dating. They've got like 4 or 5 guys in a villa, 4 or 5 girls in a villa. They're all gonna date each other, and shit starts going down. In the last episode, we left off at the fact that Bao Bao called Tian and Zizi on their date and played this kind of bizarre joke where she was like, hey, come look for me. If you guys don't find me, I'm gonna be stranded, left alone on this farm, and you guys are gonna have a secret punishment. Now,
yeah, it was weird, but again, I was just hoping and wanting it to be her her Saw arc, right? Which is fine.
Is she really going to be stranded even if this were like a real thing? No, the producers would not strand her. Tian and Zizi look for approximately 5 minutes. And then Zizi full on crashes out. She's like, how dare she disrespect me, embarrass me, morally kidnap me. She's going back to the villa, gossiping with the other girls. Tian is going gossiping with the other guys. And then Zizi decides, you know what, Tian? You need to call Bao Bao. You need to sit her down and you need to tell her, we don't like you. You crossed the line and I don't like you. So that's where we are. Bao Bao walks into the living room. Tian is sitting on this white couch like he is the king of this living room. And she walks in like, hello? Like, what are we doing here? And he's like, I just want to talk to you about something. Bao Bao looks so confused. Did you look at my secret? Because remember, that's the whole point of the show, and like partners can look at secrets. No, I didn't. Just sit down first. And he motions his head to one of the chairs. And this is already pissing netizens off. Like, I'm sorry, do you own this living room? This is so bizarre to me. Even people are like, even if you came into my house and I'm your boss, okay, I still wouldn't go sit down and cock my head, you know? Like, it's such a, are you trying to be like a weird mafia boss? Like, what are you doing? So she's like, what's wrong? Do you remember our conversation yesterday? Yeah, I remember. This is the conversation where he leads her on and is like, well, if you want to call me, call me. If you want to choose me, choose me. You should do whatever you want, as in AKA, you want to do me, right? And Baba's like, yeah, I remember. You know, we've only known each other for 2 days, right? We can't say we're mutually interested, can we? I mean, at most, we've just gotten to know each other as friends. There's no way we'd be into each other and decide to be together so quickly. It's neither possible nor is it realistic. I think now that we both understand where the other stands, we have to respect each other's decisions. Baba's so confused.
Yeah, I mean, like, just out of nowhere, he's just, like, he just basically like, screw off, right? Out of nowhere, after, like, assuming that she is fine to keep talking to him or being, not even just that, just being friends at the very least, right? But just being so heavy-handed out of nowhere. Like, does he even want to do this, right? Because this was brought on by ZZ. Like, we have to remember all those names, right? It's been like a week. It's been, or maybe even like multiple weeks at this point. ZZ wants him to do this, right? To stop, not necessarily stringing her along. She's not really seeing it like that. She just wants her to leave him alone, right? Even though he wants to string her along because he wants as many women doting on him as possible, right? As a player, whatever that he's trying to be, right?
She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So she's just like, what's going on? Because again, what?
Yeah,
like, he's just
what
like,
are you saying?
what are you saying?
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Respect each other's decisions?
Yeah.
That's not what you said yesterday. Yesterday, you were like, we're all just getting to know everyone. Pick whoever you want. Bao is even telling the interviewers later in her confessional, when I was sitting there, I was so confused. He was using a completely different tone from yesterday to draw this line with me. I was just so confused. So Tian is like, it's about the joke that you made today to make us find you. Even towards the very end, when the call ended, you never told us that you were joking, and we actually went to find you. For other people, like, this is a huge issue. I'm sorry. I just didn't want the atmosphere to be so dull, so I made that joke. I didn't think that you guys would actually go find me, and I didn't think that this would cause you guys so much trouble, because yesterday when I talked about calling you, you acted like it was nothing, and regarding the joke, maybe I misunderstood the situation, and after we talked, you said you could also give, like, I could also give you more screen time. So he said that yesterday of like, oh, you could also give me more screen time. I didn't think it would be like this. I didn't think too much into it. This has nothing to
Didn't they berate her during like a sit together in the last episode too at the end? Not necessarily berate, but like were they being mean? They're kind of like being mean to the professor as well too, right? For no reason.
like, oh, you could also give me
ZZ.
I didn't think it would be like this. I didn't think too much into it. This has nothing to do with screen time anymore. I said that yesterday to keep you from feeling pressured. But even if you just told us it was a joke, like, this is a joke, hope you guys have fun, that would have been fine too. But you told us to keep looking for you, and then you hung up the phone. That just made us even more worried. And then, so this is when Bao Bao slightly interrupts, and she's like, you were the one that hung up the phone. I didn't hang up the phone. So the show cuts, and it shows Bao Bao, and she gets fucking hung up on. And she's looking at her phone confused. What do you want her to do? Call you back? If you really are looking for her, you would call her back. So then she was like,
Is he, like, what's his tone?
He's sitting there like everyone says the only energy to describe him is employer chewing out an employee.
Is it? He looks very like out of it, honestly, but we don't actually hear him talking, but he himself looks like he's not even there.
It's like if you had an employee who's actually harassing another employee, like, this is the energy. Like, it's not even a mistake they made at work. It's like, you're a despicable, filthy employee, and I'm gonna talk to you like that.
Wow.
And he's sitting on the couch like he owns this entire villa. Yeah, you know, that's the thing about dating reality shows that always get me. Like, when they go on a date and the guy always acts like he planned it, and I'm like, bro, the fucking intern producer who's not getting paid planned this, okay? Don't even try to take credit.
What's more pathetic is
Yeah.
I don't even think he really cares that much.
No.
He's doing this
Yes.
just to please ZZ.
Yes.
Yeah, again, like that's what I already said too. Like, he's only doing this because ZZ wants him to do it. He would rather Bao Bao keep being drug along like a little puppy, chasing after him, than be doing this. But he has to, right? Because he has to save face with ZZ, right? So, and Bao Bao, I think, just seems like she's willing to take the abuse. So then he assumes he could just do whatever he wants right now until she stands up for herself, I guess. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Those spoilers thing apparently doesn't happen from what the comments have told me. I don't know. We can keep our fingers crossed and assume that something happens or some sort of comeuppance. I don't know.
Right?
But he's gonna switch up on her too, so. just
On
wait.
ZZ?
Oh.
What?
To save his own ass?
Oh, like it's
Really? I was not expecting that. I would have never assumed he was going to do that, man. But I guess that's just his personality, right? Whoever he needs to please to get on his side, he's going to do. No. So is someone else going to show up, or is he just going to do the same thing that he did to Bao Bao? Or is it Bao Bao? Like for Bao Bao against CZ, right? Like, is he about to do the reverse, right? Stand up for Bao Bao against CZ, even though he literally just threw her under the bus?
crazy, okay? So then he's sitting there and is like, but she's like, someone was calling me at the time. A call popped up, and I told you that I had an incoming call, but you were the one that hung up. I thought you guys knew that I was joking, so you hung up on your own. Tian says, okay, this is not important, but afterward, did you ever clarify that this is a joke?
Huh?
No. Exactly, that's the main point. So hearing this, netizens are confused. They're like, wait, now suddenly who hangs up is no longer the problem? It's not important? Oh, it's not important anymore because it was your fault. Oh, when it's you that hung up, it's no longer important. God.
Oh yeah, oh, that's bad.
God.
Bad pause there. You're always going to have the goalpost moved, right? When you're arguing with someone who doesn't want to lose, right? They don't want to admit that they're in the wrong or whatever, right? That's just what happens nowadays, right? A lot of people just keep moving the goalpost and never just want to accept defeat or that they're wrong or whatever, right? It just keeps moving into outer space. It's never not going to stop getting moved.
Got it. But also they're like, you already hung up on her. What is she gonna do? Call you back nonstop to clarify? Like she probably thought you got that it was a joke. But Tiana's like, none of this had to happen in the first place. What you did was actually, you let another person down. Honestly, the two of us are just strangers who've only known each other for a few days. We're definitely not in a flirtationship or mutually interested or choosing each other. I think that's impossible, and we shouldn't interfere with each other's dates. I never intended to interfere. When I'm having normal interactions with her, what you did will definitely affect her emotions. She'll end up scared to interact with anyone else too. She wanted to get along with everyone to heal herself in the first place. And knowing that and knowing her secret, we already understood her situation. So I don't think, this isn't right, to affect other people like this. And Bao Bao is sitting there like, yes, I understand. Oh, bro, this reminds me so much. I've been in so many situations where it's like, you don't even feel like, you kind of feel like you were wrong, but you're also kind of confused. But then you're also like, maybe I'm f***ed up and that's why I'm confused. So then you just like sit through getting chewed out and then you're just like, but I'm so lost. And like nothing.
Just the like the feeling that she's describing, not that her or Bao Bao is what I'm about to say, right? I've seen posts recently, I think it's for posts, and not for posts, it's for what I'm about to say is like for autism, right? Where person is talking to someone and it's like there's a bubble above the person talking, right? Who's like the main person. And in their head they're like, oh my god, I'm so creepy, right? I'm so horrible, I'm so annoying, right? As they're having a discussion with someone, they're assuming that they're just some horrible, creepy weirdo as they're talking to someone, right? And even though they're not, but they can't help but think that about themselves. Question mark. And it's like, I think this was coming from like a person who was autistic and like people who are autistic agreeing, or maybe it's just one of the personality traits. I don't know what it was, but it just reminded me of that, of people think they're talking to someone and just assuming that they're just some sort of freak, right? Even though they're being like normal. Question mark. I think a lot of people probably assume this, right? I think I've like felt that way sometimes, question mark. I don't know. We can actually bring up some tea for this, just a tangent for a second on that thought of speaking to someone and feeling like you're a freak, even though it's just a normal conversation and you're not doing anything wrong, like there's nothing wrong with you, question mark. This isn't technically that, but there's always been like so many posts online of like new VTubers being like, hey, I want VTuber friends, I want friends, message me, blah, 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 blah. Right? There's so many messages like that there's so many posts like that on Twitter. And I don't go out of my way to necessarily make friends. I know a few years ago, obviously start giving sunflowers, right? It's why I start and end my sentences on YouTube or even on Discord now with sunflowers as like just a thing, right? It's like my thing. And like if I comment on a picture on Instagram, I'll send someone a like 3 sunflowers plus, or something on YouTube, right? If I watch a video and I'm like, okay, here's 3 sunflowers. Like it is to be nice and just like give someone something nice. I guess just to not necessarily look at, but a nice comment to see, right? To brighten up their day, as cringy and cheesy as that sounds, right? Because I'm talking about sunflowers, right? I literally have said that to people though, like what are they ask me like, what are the sunflowers for? And I was like, it's just just sunflowers, just giving sunflowers, to brighten your day. I've literally said that to people. But that also had like a slight ulterior motive with the sunflowers. Is like I'm putting myself out there here, like here's some sunflowers, and then that allows people to engage with me, like to talk, right? If they want to. Maybe they'll look at my profile, they'll see that I am accepting of talking, and then they'll talk, right? But I was like, okay, there's so many people on Twitter that are like, hey, I'm a new VTuber, I want VTuber friends, I want friends, whatever. Let me just message a few of these people. Some of them even, like, I think followed me first. Or I don't know if they followed me first, but like there's some mutual following. I was like, okay, let me talk to them. Right? And I got to one conversation with this one person where, I mean, hopefully they're not watching this, but I'm assuming they're not, because why would they after what happened? We're talking, it's going fine, question mark. Like bonding over the fact that we're sick and tired of getting like art bots in the DMs, right? 'Cause I don't know if anyone has to deal with that, but it's just on social media, constant art bots, just like, hey, pay attention to me. Do you want arts? Buy my art, right? Like no one wants to talk. It's just bots, or maybe even like real people that kind of like act like bots, just going into your DMs like, hey, give me money, right? That's all it is. So we're like bonding over like, yeah, we're sick and tired of getting art bots to talk to. And then I eventually said, this is not verbatim, it's going to be too long, didn't read version, that I don't know if I actually count as a VTuber, because obviously I'm using a VTuber model. I've been using VTuber models for years, but I'm not into the whole roleplay stuff, and I'm not like role-playing as my character, because I'm not B-Lock, right? I'm me. I'm not this bunny. I'm not into the whole roleplay stuff. I don't have any lore. I just use the models that I make, right? I make VTuber models, so I use them. Question mark. Essentially, that's the gist of what I said. I was like, oh, hopefully that doesn't disqualify me as being friends, right? Didn't respond to me after that point. Didn't say a word to me. Question mark. They read it. It got put on scene. Ghosted me after that point. And then eventually I noticed that I didn't want to be weird or creepy or anything, so I just didn't respond. I was like, hey, you there? Like, what's going on? Right? So I just didn't say anything, and eventually I noticed that they unfollowed me, so I unfollowed them back, right? Because it's just like, what happened? Was that a weird thing to say? It's like, hey, I don't know if I really count as a VTuber. Like, are they really that desperate for only the purest of the 1% of VTubers who have like a book of lore and are role playing a character the whole time? Or like what did I say that made them be like, okay, screw this guy? Question mark. So I'm just like, okay, screw that. I'm not gonna stick my neck out anymore. Because like nothing comes of it, right? It's always either just robots, or in that one case, they just ghost me and then unfollow me. I don't know why. I could have asked them, but I chose not to be a weirdo, and was like, okay, they just don't want to talk to me more. So, oh well. It's a weird scenario that happens within the last few months? Question mark. But anyways, this is like kind of in that realm of not wanting to be a weirdo or thinking you're being a weirdo or whatever. But like, this is a scenario where I feel like I was being perfectly fine, and they just up and just vanished for no reason. Also, I just want to show this real quick. I know this looks weird because of I just moved the window down, but there's a sunflower here for some reason. What is this? Meet the urban gardening community. I was like, oh look, there's a sunflower. I had been noticing that entire time. Yeah, speaking of sunflowers, there's actually a sunflower on YouTube's little thing they change up there.
Nothing makes sense. And Tiana's like, because she did nothing wrong and she didn't need to get dragged into this. But since this already happened and it's affected her mood, I wanted to make things perfectly clear. Yesterday, you might say I wasn't direct enough because I was trying to spare your feelings. But now I'm going to lay it all out and avoid any misunderstandings. I just want everyone to be happy. We all have our own lives too. So I don't want to make a big deal out of this or even hurt other people. As long as we can live our own lives and respect each other, that's what matters. Do you get it? Like, that's all I'm trying to say. Is there any?
I mean, it's very vague, right? He went from being very direct to trying to be like, not wishy-washy, just fence-sitting.
You want to say?
What did he just say?
No one knows. So then she's like, I think I really didn't think this through, but I truly had no intention of interrupting your date. But after hearing all of this, I realized I didn't consider the whole picture. I apologize to you, and I'll apologize to ZZ too. I just hope you know what you're doing now and what you should do in the future. That's all. You can go back now.
Oof.
Everyone got so mad at that.
God.
So mad at that. Like, why is he acting like he owns this fucking living room, okay? And on top, he cocks his head to gesture at the door. Again, it's like, you can go now. You're dismissed. It's very like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone is so mad. And then all the comments are like, you can't even call yourself a man when you talk to a woman like that. Like, who do you think you are? A mafia boss? Like, get out.
I mean, he's just like an idiot, right? Like, it just, like, actually, I don't want to say like a low IQ, but, you know, he's a dummy. So, of course, he thinks he can just behave however he wants. Or he isn't self-aware of how he's behaving, right? He does not think. Is that a good quote? He just does. He does not think.
What is wrong with you? Bao Bao is, I mean, she's clearly emotional because she wasn't expecting any of this.
Yeah.
I can imagine she's taken aback. She feels really vulnerable. And anything outside of this room, I mean, she could run into ZZ, she could run into other people who are like, what's wrong? Are you okay? And then that might set off some emotions. So she's like, I actually want to stay here for a second. You can go back first. And she opens up her phone because I think she's just trying to cool down.
Yeah.
No, just go back first.
He said that?
Yeah. And then she's like, do you have other things you need to do here? Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, that's so triggering.
So then
Because I
she
guess
leaves.
Baba doesn't want to go back to seeing all the girls.
Exactly.
She just want to,
She feels so vulnerable. Like, I
she
can
needs to
imagine,
get
like,
over this, get herself together.
process so that she can handle herself in the way that she is going to because she's a mature individual with good empathy and feelings, right? But she's just like so taken aback and he won't even give her a fucking moment. And also everyone is like, do you own this house? You don't own this house. Why should she leave? And people are like, this is why I can't stand entitled people who think they own every space that they're in when you literally don't. She has just as much of a right to this space as you do. And in fact, if you're a real gentleman, you'd have gotten your ass out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the netizen comments are, I can't wait. I hope it gets so bad. I hope the hate gets so bad. Both of you have to kneel in front of Bao Bao. Those were like the top comments.
Oof.
They're like, oh. And then all the other netizens are like, if these two don't get canceled, we as society are the problem. So let's cancel the fuck out of them. And this is not even the worst part. As soon as Bao Bao leaves and she's trying so hard to keep her composure, he picks up the phone and stops the recording. He recorded this entire fucking thing like he said he was going to, phone face down on the coffee table.
Doesn't that mean it wouldn't have caught any of the conversation? Question mark? I would assume the microphone is on the front of the phone, so the microphone is just planted straight into a wooden table. Like, maybe the audio would be going through, but I'm assuming it's going to be extremely muffled, question mark. So, I don't know, like, he would have had to have it leaning off of the table a little bit so the mic wouldn't be obstructed, so that the audio would have bounced around the room and maybe gotten into the mic, but I don't know. I completely forgot about that too, that he told ZZ that he would record it and show it to her, that to show her that, hey, I am being straightforward this time.
And then in walks ZZ. He like texted ZZ like, oh, I'm done, I guess.
Where?
So then
Are they
she
in the
walks
living
in.
room?
There's multiple buildings in this villa, so they're in one of them.
Oh.
In this slightly secluded living room area. And so ZZ walks in, she plops on the couch and like, I don't know what her deal is. Like, I can only imagine she's an Nepo baby because one, I don't think she's talented. Otherwise she would have really sold me some emotion in all of her little tantrums. Second of all, like when you are an actress trying to make it and you're not a Nepo baby, you at least know how to be cordial with people, charismatic with people. Like that's how you make it in the industry. She plops down on the couch, like slouching gangpe, like she owns this place too. And everyone's like, why are you guys sitting like mob bosses? Like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is that?
Is that mob boss? I mean, she kind of just is sitting like nothing to me. I don't know.
Happening right now? So then ZZ walks into the living room. How was it? We talked.
I mean, how was it?
Listen, I recorded everything.
Oh.
And then she's like,
I swear, I hope that it's just nothing, like it's just muffled sounds because he left it on upside down. But maybe it doesn't matter for modern phones. I'm making the assumption that the microphone would be obscured by the table, right? I don't know how strong modern phones are, and if they could easily pick up two people having a conversation in a open space like that without any issues, even if it wasn't pointed at the table.
do you think you made a clear to her.
He's like a dog. He's
Yeah.
just like a fucking it's a little dog.
Like a rat, like a
Yeah.
little rat. So then he's like, yeah, I already said everything I needed to say. How does she react? Just listen. So then she does the thing where her legs are spread all the way open. She's man-spreading. She's got her elbows on her knees and the phone up to her ear. And everyone's like, again, do you guys think you're in like a mob boss drama, C-drama right now? Why are you guys looking like this? It doesn't even, and then other comments are like, you're listening to the recording. Do you think you're in court right now or something, listening to evidence? These two are hopeless. Other people are saying, you guys need to lock in on this relationship until death do you part, because we don't want you out there in the world. You guys are crazy. So she's plopped on the couch listening to all of this. And there's like other parts that we didn't listen to. I mean, there's just so much, okay? And then she pauses it. She keeps making commentary. She'll like pause it. And then she calls Bao Bao love-brained.
Love brains?
Now, love-brained is a really offensive thing to say in Mandarin. Apparently, it's rarely used because the minute that you call someone love-brained, you better have evidence to back it up, because it's also kind of a pick-me thing to say. It's just like very insulting. It means that a girl's entire cognitive process is dedicated to finding love, and she doesn't have a single thought outside of it. And
Isn't that like a circle? You're saying calling someone love brains is a pick-me behavior? But they're essentially calling you a pick-me. So calling someone a pick-me is pick-me behavior? You see how that's kind of like you're creating a circle there? A paradox, if you will? That essentially, like, I guess calling someone a super giga pick-me is pick-me behavior.
and you become so crazy that you habitually start viewing anyone of the sex of your choosing. So, you know, in this situation, it'd be the opposite sex. Bao Bao sees any guy in a romantic mate-seeking lens and cannot have platonic, professional relationships because the only thing she sees is love. She wants to find love. That's it. She doesn't care about anything else.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy thing to say. Everyone is like, what? Like, netizens are shocked. Tian is not shocked. She's listening to the entire recording, calling Bao Bao love brains. And then there's this one part where Bao Bao is trying to explain why she's going to go apologize to Zizi. And even the way that Bao Bao thinks, none of her apologies seem fake. You know, they seem very real. So she says, I'm going to go apologize to Zizi and explain to her the entire situation. She also came to help me today earlier this morning. And maybe she felt a little guilty because, so she's just trying to reason, like maybe she felt a little guilty because she knew that I liked you and she was going on a date with you. I think that's what she was going to say next. Not that she needed to feel guilty, but like maybe she felt a little guilty. Because that's a normal thing. Like, you know, it's like 5 girls and everyone's dating the, you know, the second Zizi hears the word guilty, she pauses it and just starts going crazy. I was never guilty. She said I felt guilty, but I didn't need to feel guilty. I didn't feel guilty. What are you to her? Why the heck would I feel guilty? What is there to feel guilty about? Oh my gosh, she's honestly so ridiculous. She thinks that I went to her because I felt guilty. I went to go see her because I was looking out for her feelings. I was worried she'd be sad. Me caring about her suddenly is me being guilty right now. What do I even have to feel guilty about? Are you guys getting married or something? It's funny, right? But
Also remember, this is sped up like 1.5 times, so whenever Stephanie like freaks out like that, it's actually even worse on this end because it's just sped up so much. So like, oh, it sounds crazy, but actually the speed is making it sound crazier than it actually maybe was.
she keeps going, what's the reason for me to feel guilty? I went to comfort her today because I knew that she was sad. So I went to go find her so we could talk it out so everyone can feel comfortable. This has nothing to do with me feeling guilty at all. What would I feel guilty for? Holy shit, okay? Like, everyone is like, girl, you're love brained because not everything's...
Sure.
What does he say?
Oh, he's just kind of like, he doesn't really care. He's just on his phone half the time. Yeah, or like on her phone, or he's just on a phone.
Next, he's head empty, right? Like we already said that he's head empty. Well, I didn't say he's head empty. I said he's dumb, but same thing, right? He's head empty.
Barely says anything, yeah. In her world, there's no such thing as friendship. She thinks men and women can never just be friends. She thinks that when 2 people go out on one date, it already means that they're together. This is why she thinks I feel guilty. She thinks I feel guilty for hanging out with you. So I never misunderstood her intentions. When she video called us today, it's like she was checking in on you, and I'm like, what, the mistress, the homewrecker? That's what she made me feel like today. This is why I feel so uncomfortable. What the hell is this? How long has this been?
I mean, she is a homewrecker, so she might actually just be... She's just actually feeling the guilt right now because she's a homewrecker.
Only a few days, she's out here saying I'm guilty? Tiana's like, now you see why I have to repeatedly tell her. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, she's so obsessed with me, she doesn't get my rejection. There.
Dude, these people.
They're crazy.
That's so crazy.
And Zizi's like, actually, if I didn't handle today the way I handled it today, if I was like a little sister and I was acting like my age and my mental state like most girls my age are because I'm young, I would have been played to death by her, seriously.
Yo, someone.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then she goes on to annoy the shit out of Tian by being like, you still weren't direct enough. He was so mean to Bao Bao, and she's like, it wasn't good enough. And then she was like, but you know what, fine, you said what you could, but you could have still been a little more direct.
That's the only thing I kind of agree with, question mark. I mean, he shouldn't have been doing this to begin with, but like I said, like one point he did start going back on being wishy-washy, like, oh, I'm just trying to make everyone happy and blah, 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 blah. I just want everyone to be happy, blah, 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 right? That's being wishy-washy, right? You need to, you know, set the line and be like, hey, I need to know who to upset and who not to upset, like, or whatever, right? He doesn't care about, I don't care about you, I care about this person, whatever. But again, I did feel like he was slowly sliding back into his. I don't want to be too mean because I need to make sure that she still has a little bit of hope for me. Which I got to make sure all the women are obsessed with me, so I can't be too mean.
To be honest, you were still being too respectful. You still didn't treat her like how she treated us. You should have given her.
She wants him to like braid her and make her cry. And,
yeah. And she's like, you should have just given it to her straight. You should have said, today, you lied to the production team and you lied to us. You hurt all of us. Today, ZZ went to comfort you, but later you interrupted our date. You should just say it to her like that. I mean, I think this is the most important thing, is to be direct with her. I'm not saying you didn't do a good job, but you're still caring about her emotions too much. But I think this is part of your kindness, and I don't think you need to talk to her again. I just think she already knows what she's done wrong. And for the things she doesn't know, I've already said it all here. Like, do you get it?
Yeah, I feel like she was going to tell him, hey, go do it again. But I think she says she's not. He doesn't have to, right? But I was like, are you really going to make this guy go berate her a second time? But even worse?
Also like the head of a group of bullies,
Yes.
right?
That's why everyone's like, no one believes your secret.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you were a bully victim.
Yeah.
When she says, I'm guilty, I really don't get it. She's back to that. We've done some laps. She's back, okay? Why would I be guilty?
Dumb. She doesn't understand anything.
She has no IQ.
Well, and she's insecure, right? So she's just hooked onto the guilty thing. She actually is feeling guilty, maybe, but she can't let it go. But it feels like, it feels so fake, though, at the same time. Because I kept mentioning, Pee-wee's word of the day, right? Industry plant. Because it almost feels just like a freaking, like, teen drama. It doesn't feel real. It feels like a caricature of a person, not an actual real person. Which is why, if it comes down to them not being real, or at least it's easy being fake and just putting on an act, like she's actually acting right here and isn't this person, I could believe it because it's too much. It's just too much. There can't be anyone like this, right? She has to be an industry plant. I mean, she literally joined the crew late. So it feels like they were like trying to find the perfect person for this job, have her watch everybody for the first day or two or however long it was, and then interject her into this and cause chaos. Like I'm telling you, like it probably isn't the case. It just feels so fake. But maybe it's all real and she is just horrendous. Because I can believe, because he's just stupid, right? He's a stupid F-boy. Her is just, really?
No IQ, but lots of anger.
Yeah.
And she's just like bulldozing her way through life. Oh my God. Why would I feel guilty? I have no clue. And then he's just like ignoring her. So she's like, you know what? Let me check my little red book. She goes on Xiaohongshu. Okay?
Little red book.
She goes on Xiaohongshu.
What?
She says, I genuinely don't get it. Let me look this up online. Then she shows her her book. Look, this analysis is spot on. You know what I looked up? Signs that a girl who's only been talking to a guy for a few days already sees him as her boyfriend.
You had to look that up? Question mark. That feels very teenage-ish. She was just talking about how she's so mature for her age. That feels very childish. That you have to look up something, almost from like a girl's magazine, right? The articles from a girl magazine of like 10 ways to know how a girl has fallen for a guy after a few days. Sign number 1. It feels like that.
The answer they gave me is exactly what I was saying. She's love brain. He's just like,
It's like
okay.
it's like someone. Okay, let me look this up on TikTok.
Yeah.
I post it on TikTok. See, look at this.
Signs a girl is obsessed. First video. Here are the signs.
I guess that's just modern day. I'm not even thinking about it, but that is just the modern day version of the girl magazines of with the cover that says what they just said, or 10 signs that girl is in love with guy after one day, or what it would actually be like 10 tips on how to get a boy, or 10 tips how to make the man of your dreams fall for you, ? Something like that. But that has just moved on to social media. It's no longer in the magazines. It's just on social media where everyone on the planet can see it at all times. It'll be like these silly little lists of things that don't really matter too much.
Signs a girl is obsessed, and it's like, I f***ing knew it. I f***ing knew it, and it has 3 likes, so I f***ing knew it. It's like, okay.
And are not right, not true either, right? Because you can't just generalize it then.
And she's like, it says Someone like that fixates too much on the opposite sex's feelings and can't see the world as an independent person. That's exactly her. Her head's only filled with her relationship with men. That's why she'd never even considered that when I went to talk to her in the morning, it was because I was looking out for her feelings. In her eyes, every other girl is a rival. Because I'm talking to you, she thinks I'm stealing her man. So today, when I noticed she was upset and went to comfort her, to her, it's me competing with her and that I must feel guilty. Oh my God, I'm so speechless. Which, bitch, no, you're not speechless. You've been full of speech. You've been full of speech for the past 20 fucking minutes. Let's go. I'm getting so annoyed right now. Let's get out of here. So then now she's over it, okay? Throughout her entire speech, netizens were completely lost. Everyone just kept asking for the senior to come back and finish the job if her bully was real. They said, make her a victim again. She didn't get it good enough. We didn't traumatize her enough the first round. Look at the way she's acting. Yeah, She's throwing her temper again. She's like an evil witch. Other people are like, you didn't need to come to this reality show. You could have just gone straight to the hospital. Why are we getting involved? Why are you so explosive? Are you a fucking gas tank? People are just over it. And then she's saying how Bao Bao would have played her to death. Everyone's like, who could play this game better than you? You're the one talking behind people's backs, forming allies. You're like, go tell the boys what they think. Your senior didn't even teach you a lesson. Others are saying, no, I believe her secret is real. She must have gotten beaten up so bad that she's now fucking brain dead. Because
That's a possibility.
no one alive thinks like this. No one. But I think it's what you were saying. Most of the comments were like breaking down her behavior. And they were saying when someone's heart is dirty, everything they see is dirty.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like they're not a good person. So they don't see any good intention out there because they would never think good. So they're just like, everyone's evil. That's her. Now, a lot of people agree that the production team, they're done with them. Because every time they lie, the production team is like, edit in the lie, edit in the evidence, edit it in right now. So the production team, they're over it. The editors, over it. Viewers are obsessed. They love it.
But I'm pretty sure what just popped up on the screen, if you didn't catch that, she just put absolute cinema on the screen in yellow text for like a split second, like a nanosecond, but I was able to read it fast enough to, I'm pretty sure is what it was saying. Also, no one's ever commented on this. I say sure, like I just interject the word sure sometimes, but I don't know if like the cadence is being caught when I'm being sarcastic or when I'm agreeing, because I just say sure a lot, not a lot, but enough times. And I don't know if anyone is having issues with like not understanding, like sometimes I'm actually agreeing with what's being said, or sometimes I'm saying like, no, sure, right? Where I'm sarcastically saying, sure, like sure, buddy. Of course, that's what's happening, right? So if you're confused sometimes on what me saying sure, my bad. I am pretty sure that I'm not emphasizing enough whether or not I'm agreeing or just being sarcastic.
After walking out, Bao Bao runs into Chen 71. Now, Chen 71 is the one that Zizi was gossiping with. And Chen 71 is one of the other girls that people have very mixed feelings about. Because in the beginning, Chen 71 was really nice to all the girls. And then suddenly she's so cold to Bao Bao. So Chen 71 is walking back into her room. She just got done with her confessional. And Bao Bao was like, did you finish your confessional interview? Yeah, I finished. I wanted to ask if you saw Zizi. I don't really know. Can you help me arrange a meeting with her? I want to talk to her. Okay.
Is it because she's only heard Zizi's side of story, maybe?
Yes, but netizens don't like that either. Because they're saying, like, what is your alliance to Zizi? Like, you have no alliance. Yeah, she's your roommate, but you could have also asked Bao Bao, or you could have not gotten involved. It was just giving, like, bully follower behavior. Because later it gets worse. Like, there's this weird scene that everyone's been interpreting, but people just don't like her after this.
Yeah.
But are we supposed to not like her? Who is Chen 71 again? Is she like the news one? I don't remember exactly who this one was. Question mark. I didn't realize we were going to end up hating other people too, other than just Tien and Zizi, though the guy who was sticking up for the doctor apparently was supposed to do something bad too at some point. I don't know if we got to that or if he hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, okay.
So Zizi goes back to the living room and Tien is gone now. The producers are telling her, Bao Bao wants to explain what happened. Maybe you guys can talk it out. Also, another thing that people noticed is that when the producer came to the couch to talk to her, she still slouched and staring at the producer. And everyone's like, when you are a new actress in the industry, but also even if you're a veteran, you don't behave like that because it's like, who the f are you treating a producer like they're nothing? Usually producers are the one putting together the show. So you're like, okay, let me help. Like, what do you need from me?
Actually, Chinese celebrities are known for going overboard to seem polite because...
Yeah, I mean, I have no context for this. I just see her just chilling at home and just feels like, oh, she's just chilling at home. Like, I don't, that's not the first thing I see when I just see her slouching around. She just feels like overly comfortable, I guess, is what it looks like. The thing I'm looking at is like, why is there 50 water bottles all over the place? That's the only thing I'm seeing and caring about. Like, why is there like 20 water bottles in this room that are just laying around? There's technically 3 on the screen when the picture was up, right? There's one next to her on her leg and there's 2 on the table. But it's like, why is there 50 water bottles in this room?
Being called rude is a huge issue.
Career-ending issue.
Yes,
Yes.
you don't want to be called rude. Nobody will stand you after that.
Or like a diva on set. Yes,
Yes.
especially if you're a girl. So
Exactly.
the way she's sitting there is just, everyone's confused. They're like, there's no way that you got any of your previous roles without your parents pulling some strings.
Yeah.
Just the
Sure.
way that she's behaving. She's not sitting up. She's not. He shows her something on the phone and then she goes, okay. And then goes back to her phone.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone is so confused. They're like, are you a big shot? So then Bao Bao walks in. And Bao Bao walks in and she's trying to be upbeat. And you can just tell, I don't know why I relate to this feeling so much. Like, she's trying to be strong. I can see that she's like, I'm just going to power through this. Okay, so she's like, hi. And Zizi literally goes, sit.
Oof.
This is like a night to remember.
Yeah,
for her.
yeah.
This is going down her worst night of her life.
So
It's a shame that no, she's so timid, right, and shy or meek. Maybe meek's a good word, because I feel like this would end in a fight. Question mark, right? There's only so much you can take until you just start scrapping. But that might just be American thing. Maybe it's not like that over there, right? Maybe they just don't get into the fights like that over there. I don't know. I feel like too much behavior like this is going to get into a fight.
literally sit, cocks her head on the couch. Okay, no hi. It's even worse than Tian. I mean, they're both two boobs in a bra, but it's bad. Like, they're like, what are you, a mob boss? Everyone is so upset. And then Bao Bao sits. Did my actions make you feel uncomfortable today? I really just want to explain myself to you. Go ahead. Maybe start from your perspective.
Her outfit is like beating ZZ up by itself, though. Like, look at that outfit. What's like a good word? Because I desperately do not want to use this stupid, slingo that has been going around. I do not want to use that word, but it is. I don't even know what to say other than this. The new stupid word for this. It is her outfit is showing her up at least. Bao Bao's outfit is showing up as ZZ. ZZ just looked like nothing, right? It's just like casual wear. It looks like at home, but she has this nice little sundress. This is a sundress with this nice hat. I mean, the colors don't exactly match, but it still looks really nice.
Go ahead. Like, who are you? Even if people are saying, like, even if this is a couple, you still wouldn't talk like this because it's so like, go ahead. It's so condescending. It's like a weird, like, who talks like this?
Yeah.
I want to know if I can show you my secret. Once you see it, you might understand my actions better. Why? Okay, let me
Are we gonna get to hear it?
ask first, and then I'll tell you. I can understand how you feel, and I think that you might feel like your arrival messed up my connection with him. And wait, can I just cut you off for a second? I know what you and him talked about. So Bao Bao is like, okay, and around this time, the producers were rolling in the big screen. They're like rolling in a TV.
Why?
Because Bao Bao is like, can I tell you my secret?
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Rolling in the TV.
What's going on right now?
I don't know. But then Zizi is like, hold on, can you not play her secret first? I haven't agreed to let her show me her secret.
Okay.
I want to sort this out with her first, then I'll see it. I don't want to watch this and then just accept everything she says out of emotion. I don't want to empathize with anyone. You really hurt me today, so I don't want to empathize with anyone.
Wow. Wow.
Like, this genuinely, even if your partner cheated on you, I don't even know if I would verbally say the words, I don't want to empathize with anyone. I think I would just be like, no, that's crazy. But like, no, you still did wrong. Like, but in this situation, it's even like the words that
It's
came
all
out of her
about her
mouth.
feelings,
Yeah. And also, you're the one that made everyone watch your secret, like right when you came, for sympathy.
I'm dying to see what her parents think about this, because this is the type of behavior, right? She
Are we gonna get to know? Because I mean, they're not on the show anymore, and apparently there's a bunch of like online stuff happening after this. So I assume that could be a scenario that happens. Actually, getting their input, but like, why would they, right? What do they gain from berating their daughter in public? Question mark.
her whole life.
They probably think she was wrong.
Yeah, they
probably think that Bao Bao is jealous. They seem like that you're jealous. They're just jealous parents.
Yeah, like, how could someone be raised to this degree?
So Bao Bao is like,
Maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was raised with, maids, nannies, whatever. So maybe she didn't have any parents. And by that, I mean she has parents. She lives with her parents. But they didn't actually raise her, question mark.
I'll apologize first. I'm sorry. Don't apologize yet.
I love that.
Yeah. You don't even know how you hurt me.
You don't even know. You don't even tell. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
She's like, you don't even know what you did. And Bao Bao's like, I was literally there. So I probably know. Okay.
Papa just needs to put her hands around ZZ's neck and just ring her out.
This morning, I thought we were on the same page and had already talked it out, but I didn't come to see you because I was guilty. So she's like, you thought I came to see you this morning because I was feeling guilty? I really went to find you because I really consider you a friend, and I didn't want to ruin our friendship. It wasn't
No, you don't.
because I felt guilty talking to Tian. I'm not guilty. There's nothing to feel guilty about. So Baba was like, Also, I don't even think Bao realized where she's getting this word guilty from, because it was said so like
in the
innocently
context.
in the context, right? But like she just latched, so she just is like, wait, what? Why? What?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
only
her insecurity has latched onto the word guilty.
known each other for 2 or 3 days, and we're just friends. But the vibe you gave me is different. Listen to me finish. Don't say we're on the same page, because we're not. From my point of view, you said you cried because of broadcaster Mimi, but I don't think that was the only reason. No, I really only cried because of broadcaster Mimi. We can talk about broadcaster Mimi in a second. No. I think you still care. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made that phone call today to Tian. I mean, what is Bao supposed to do? She already told her multiple times at the time it was happening this morning. No, I'm really only upset because of broadcaster Mimi.
Yeah.
She's telling her again, like, how many times? And she's not going to believe her. So, like, what is she going to keep doing?
Yeah.
The producers even insert that clip of this morning.
Right away?
Yeah. Where,
Okay.
well, they don't show it to them, but they show it to us.
Oh, okay.
Where Zizi is comforting her, and she's like, "No, I swear, I'm just upset that broadcaster Mimi is going." And then Zizi goes, "Oh, I was really worried because I thought you were crying because of me." And she says, "No, trust me, it's not because of you." And Bao is cutting her off and is like, "Oh, no. Like, I never said you feel guilty, and you have no reason to feel guilty. I already talked to Tian yesterday, and I even told him that I was worried that he might feel guilty, and like that makes me feel guilty. Like, I get it, you guys are trying, but." No, I really was crying because broadcaster Mimi left. Like, she looks so just like, I don't even know what to say at this point, but she's not losing her patience. Bao just looks stressed because how am I supposed to convince you about how I'm feeling when it's a feeling? It's like, but I felt it, you didn't feel it. And she's like, I'll just explain that to you later. Okay, you can explain later. But in my mind, I have nothing to feel guilty about. Like, this has nothing to do with me. First of all, the fact that you think that I approached you because I was guilty already
Just talking around in circles, cannot let it go, refuses to let the stupid guilty thing go.
shows we're not thinking the same thing. I did it because I truly care about everyone here, because I told you that and then she starts crying. She takes a second and she starts crying.
crying?
Zizi. And so Bao
Oh
is
my
like,
God, this is.
Bao's like, don't cry. And then Bao
No, just choke her out. Bao, don't fall for it. Don't fall for the crocodile.
tries to hug her and Zizi pushes her away. No, don't do this right now. I really don't want this. Basically, I really do see you as a friend. But with both of us talking to the same guy, honestly, I swear to God, I've been completely passive this entire time. I never give Tian any signals, and I actually thought you two were already exclusive. But I'm willing to. Oh my God, I can't even believe that I'm just. You were willing to go on a date with Tian. Yes, I'm willing to go on a date with Tian because I want to go out and have fun too. And honestly, I want to get to know him, but I won't feel guilty toward you because he told me you aren't exclusive. And right now, we're just friends. Honestly, after that phone call you had, my relationship with him became even closer or more real. I was basically dragged into this passively. I mean, this has nothing to do with me, you know? Do you want to listen to my opinion?
She clearly does not, question mark. She does not listen to anyone's opinion, right? And even if they do try to give it to her, she just cuts them off and continues to talk about her opinion for 20 hours. So, again, she needs to get some duct tape and just put it on her mouth, question mark. I was thinking the entire time, no, she needs to take her fingers and then grab Zizi's lips and just squeeze them down to shut her up, and then so she could talk. No, go find some duct tape and tape her mouth.
Sure, go ahead. First, I want to apologize to you regarding what happened this afternoon. I'll start explaining from the beginning, okay? And if you have any questions in the middle, you can cut me off at any time. Today, I was crying because of broadcaster Mimi, and I felt really horrible with her leaving. Of course, there are things that I didn't express to you, but I was also really sad because I wasn't able to express myself anymore. I didn't say much, but I told you that it's not what you think. Most of the time, it was just me accepting your message. So, like, she's saying this morning, like, you kept thinking that I was crying because of you. And I told you, but you know, I don't know how to express myself more firmly. But I told you, you know. And then she's like, this morning, you were already very down, and I'm referring to before you knew that broadcaster Mimi left. So don't try to deny this. The reason why I was down is because I felt abandoned, and this has a lot to do with my childhood trauma. Yesterday, I was all alone in my room. I wasn't sad because Tian didn't choose me for a date. The real reason that I was sad is because I felt really alone and abandoned. But you know what? Your emotions are going to put me in a position where I'm taking care of you. Everyone
What are you talking about at that point? Taking care of her?
Everyone has trauma, but you can't let that affect you and then start hurting others just because of your pain. Like, you knew that I was there on that date, but your actions made me very embarrassed. Like, do you not understand that?
Is she not being hypocritical, right? Because everyone knows that she's evil, bad person, bad, manipulative, horrible person. But what she just said is, like, you can't let your quote-unquote trauma essentially turn you into a bad person. And yet she literally is saying that she got bullied, and yet you're a bad person despite being quote-unquote bullied, question mark.
I will explain this to you in a second. Another thing is that you asked us to go find you, and you said that the production team asked us to go find you, and I trusted you because I didn't. You said it was arranged by the production team.
Again, like, Babo's too meek, right, for this. And she's too, like, articulate isn't the right word. She's too sterile when speaking, right? She's trying to lay out, like a thesis, I feel like, when she's talking, right? Like, I don't know how else to describe the way, like, Stephanie's portraying how Babo talks, but it's too clinical almost. I feel like not exactly. Like, maybe you understand what I'm saying. Like, when she's speaking too nice and too, I don't know, clear. I mean, we want clarity, but it's like too clear to where it's hard to get to the point. I don't know.
production team that arranged for you guys to find me? You said it, and it's all recorded. I even went to confirm this, so you definitely said this. All of this is traceable, so don't even try to deny it. I can also guarantee, and all the production staff told me that they never said this. All they did was rent a car for you to go to all these places. They didn't even know the contents of the call. In the end, I realized that you lied to me, and I feel like you tricked me. This is not related to any man, but I don't want any of us to get hurt because after what you did in the afternoon, I was so sad. Do you know how long I cried for? I basically cried until now. My conclusion is that I shouldn't have gone to find you this morning because I went to find you in the morning and I got hurt. Nobody knows what she's saying. This is so unhinged. So Baba was just like, I'm sorry. Don't apologize first. Just try to, I don't even need you to understand. You just want me to listen to you express your emotions. Yes.
Yes, that's all she cares about, right? Just having people listen to her crazy rants. Like on ZZ's side, she's just crazy emotional nonsense being spewed constantly. That doesn't mean anything. It's all lies, whatever. With Bao, it's too meek. It's too professional, maybe is a good word, right? 'Cause she's like, okay, here is exactly how things went down. And let me get to, or like, let me, constantly saying, would you like me to explain? This is how things went down. Stuff like that. I feel she's being too polite. Maybe polite's the right word. She's being too polite, and then ZZ's being too formal. ? And formal is a compliment, honestly. She's being too psycho, and then Babo's being too polite.
I went because I treated you like a friend, but this action and your action of making the phone call in the afternoon is a contradiction, so it makes me feel very hurt. Okay, I get what you're saying. Could you please continue to listen to maybe my side of the story regarding the call?
See this. Can you please continue to listen? Like, just beat her up, Babo. No. Just choke her, get some duct tape on her mouth, and be like, okay, here's my side. Shut up and listen.
All this morning, when Tian asked me to go to the pool yesterday night, I joked around with him and asked if I should call him the next day, so today. And he told me that the date before, yesterday's date, was really awkward because it was a 3-person date. And I thought I could call and make things less awkward, and that's the reason I made the phone call. And the day before, it was awkward because it was the 3 of us. When there's only 2 of us, it's fine. But now that you made the call, it's 3 of us again, making it awkward again.
And of course, Bao doesn't know that when she was calling, so ZZ won't shut up.
You know what? You knew that it was only the 2 of us. When it was the 3 of us, it was awkward. Me and the other 2 guys were sitting there and we didn't even say a thing for like 10 minutes. So maybe because of Tian's misinformation match, he thinks that, calling would be fine. But today it was the 2 of us. You at least have to take that into consideration and consider my emotions. Don't just think about what Tian thinks. He might have thought it's fun, but I wouldn't necessarily find it funny. Yes, because I still thought it was the 3 of you together. I asked Chico why. He went fishing out alone. Professor went fishing alone, so I thought it was the 3 of you together. There's more to this. I thought the professor was with you. So ZZ's saying this.
Why? Well, I'm so confused. ZZ saying what?
I thought the professor is with you.
Did she know that, or did she know that Baba was alone? Like, is that another lie, or is that actually the truth? They both thought. Well, I mean, obviously Baba thought Professor was with them, but did ZZ actually think the Professor was with Bao?
So everyone's like, what?
Well, yeah.
What does that have anything to do with anything? No, that's why when I first called, I asked if it was still the 3 of you.
Well, no, it makes sense if she legitimately thought that the doctor was with Bao, then Bao calling them would be like, why are you calling when you should be with the doctor? And obviously the doctor wouldn't be with us, so you're just calling to bother us, right? So that makes sense on ZZ's part if she truly believed that the doctor wasn't with them and then Bao was just calling them to bother them, but still it doesn't, the way she's acting doesn't make sense. But that statement of her, like, it does change things 1%, just that, oh, now we understand why ZZ thinks that Babo thinks that thinks that Babo knew they were alone, just the 2 of them, and then wanted to ruin what was going on. Like, it makes sense why she thinks that now, if she does in fact think that the doctor was with her, and thus Babo knew the doctor wasn't with them, and thus they were alone, and then she could ruin that. I don't know. Hopefully you understand the circles here, but I know it's maybe hard to understanding the psychopath like this, like ZZ.
You guys today.
Yeah.
Sociopath, I guess. I should stop calling people psychopaths, right? Because you have to kill people, I think, to be psychopath. Should stop calling myself a psychopath. I haven't done anything crazy like that.
This is why I thought that my call would ease the awkwardness. It was only halfway through the call that I realized maybe he wasn't there. But you make no reaction towards it. You still asked us to go find you and said you were with broadcaster Mimi. When you saw that it was only the 2 of us, there's already an issue with your reaction. Because I didn't realize it that fast, our entire call only lasted a few minutes, and it was only after that call that I thought, oh no, I really think that it's just the 2 of them.
Yeah, wasn't it only like 5 minutes? Like, it feels drawn out, like half an hour to an hour from just being told about the call, but I think in reality it was like 5 minutes maybe.
No. That was not how you were like. That was not. When I asked you who you were with today, you lied to me and said that you were with broadcaster Mimi. She's not even here. Your logic doesn't make sense. There is an issue with your logic. Can you at least let me finish first? Like, the first issue is why I made that phone call. One of the reasons is because I received signs that Tian thought that this might be something fun and can increase his screen time. Another reason is, did he talk about increasing screen time? Yes. He said it when he talked to me yesterday by the pool. He said that even talking to me by the pool was increasing my screen time. So it cuts to them, and then he comes to sit with her by the pool, and he's like, I just increased your screen time. And Bao Bao looks really confused. And then she is like, oh, thanks. And then later as they're talking, I think she's putting together that he wants to be a celebrity, so he really cares about screen time.
Yo, these two people are so like dumb and nasty.
Yeah, dumb and nasty. Yeah, dumb and vile.
Screen time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And to say that on camera is really
Exactly.
weird.
It's
Like,
so
very weird.
It's like they're hyper aware that they're on screen,
But not.
but at the same time doing the worst thing possible on screen.
Yes.
Yeah, still with Tien so far, I think he is just so dumb. He doesn't understand that he's being evil. Potentially, like maybe you understand a little bit, but like some of the evil is happening, but he doesn't even understand that he's being evil because he's so stupid, right? And that sounds mean. I feel mean by calling him so stupid, right? Though, but again, I'm just thinking like he's so stupid. He doesn't understand that he's a bad guy, whereas ZZ is just pure evil. But maybe she's dumb too. I don't know. I feel like maybe she's not dumb. And she knows what she's doing? Question mark. I don't know. I feel like maybe she's self-aware about this a bit more than he is, right?
I don't understand. So Bao Bao was like, so I thought that I was giving everyone more screen time, but not for me. Yeah, I didn't ask for your thoughts on this beforehand, so I feel really guilty about that. So get ready for this next part. Get ready, because this has been memed to hell and back. I don't need this. ZZ says screen time? I don't need this. I can already do a lot on my own. I don't need opportunities from a variety reality show to get more screen time. And why would you give them love triangle content? We're not filming a movie. We're all using our real names here. It's a reality show. Do you hope that in the future that my search results are all linked to you? Do you want my fans to come for you? Do you want my fans to fight with your fans? Now all of this is going to have to be dealt with by the PR team. She
What?
said, do you want to be in a love triangle? So when someone Googles my famous name, your name pops up. Is that your intention? That's basically what she's saying.
Yeah.
And then my PR team has to...
Oh my god, dude, this is crazy.
Bao Bao looks
Like in her head,
stunned.
this like she probably already had this thought for a long time. Oh, she's
I feel like she has to understand at some point that ZZ is a sociopath and is just crazy, and she's never going to get through to her, and she just has to stop being so passive and just be like, okay, whatever, bye, and just leave. Like, please just leave, Bao Bao. You can't win. Like, you're literally playing against a plank of wood. You can't win.
trying to start something with me because I'm this famous actress.
Yeah. And Bao Bao looks stunned, but she doesn't show it. And she continues, do you know how much money I have to spend on PR because of what you did today?
0.
Netizens were so shocked. And all the comments were, don't worry, you have no fans. No fan of you. She's crazy. She thinks she has searches. Everyone's like, we're on Bao Bao's side. You have no fans. Like, what? You're on the show thinking about you have fans? Does she think she's a major celebrity? But she continues, just because you wanted love triangle content, do you know how much time and energy to deal with all of this? Like, why did you have to do this?
Content?
Yeah.
Love triangle content?
Yeah. Bao Bao's
Oof, he's raging out.
like, can you let me finish before circling back? Because I want to quickly finish this part.
No, stop saying, can you let me finish? Say, you're going to let me finish, Bao Bao. Tell her. After beating her up.
I never wanted to provide them with love triangle content. I just thought that these interactions are normal, and I don't need to like purposely avoid these interactions because Tian was telling me yesterday that I shouldn't take any of these dates as official dates and just see it all as just all friends hanging out, which is true. That's exactly what he said. So she's thinking the three of them are on this awkward date. She's a friend. She was all like, the four of us can go on this date together. Like ZZ said that. So she's just saying that I wasn't trying to create a love triangle, but because I'm an artist, I'm an actress. So I'm very sensitive to these things. This issue has elevated to a personal level. Just think about how the three of us are going to operate after this gets released. Just imagine how many things I'm going to have to do. And just think about how sad I'm going to be. Because of what you did today, I'm going to think that I got betrayed by my friends again, and I have to deal with it online. Every time I get betrayed by my friends, I have to deal with it online. So when all the comments are like, every time, girly pop, then maybe you're the problem. It happens.
Oof. Yeah. I mean, that's the way it goes, right? If you keep running into the same problem with different people, maybe it's not the different people that is the problem. Maybe it is you who are the problem.
That many times, you're the problem. And everyone is also saying like, oh, you're an actress, so you're very sensitive to this. Why are you on a dating show? Why are you? Go on fucking Running Man. Just kidding. They don't want you. Why are you on a dating show? Ah! And ZZ continues. She's just berating Bao Bao. This is what I think. I think you're gonna get hated on. You're definitely gonna get yelled at by fans and viewers. And the second she said this, it got memed. It got memed. Everyone, people were screenshotting Bao Bao's account, ZZ's account, just memed. I think, yeah, Bao Bao was like, yeah, I guess I think someone is bound to get hated on. And then ZZ
Someone. Yes, ZZ.
is like, no, before this, you weren't gonna get hated on. As long as Tien and I are still interacting, you probably don't have to worry about, you know, getting not getting screen time. We didn't have to get personal about this. So now it's the three of us confronting each other. I mean, the two of us are what? Fighting over a, and Baba says a not so important. I think she was, you know, like a not such an outstanding man. ZZ finishes. She's like, the two of us are fighting over a not so outstanding man.
Oof.
Okay, so she calls Tien not so outstanding.
Like, why are you obsessing so much about him then? Like, why are you acting like this? Why are you acting like his mom? Question mark. If he's not so outstanding man is what you refer to him as. I don't know if she actually said it that way. Or if she said it more bluntly or whatever. I don't know if Stephanie's covering up like swearing or something.
Gonna get crazier, okay? Exactly. But after what you did, everyone is going to be paying attention to this. People who follow me, even if they're not my fans, even my anti-fans. You know, they're all in the industry. Like, I'm part of the group of the 00 Flowers on the verge of stardom, competing to...
What is 00 Flowers? Like, you're a Zoomer? Is that what that's supposed to mean? Because you're a millennial? Not millennial, sorry. You're born on the millennium of 2000? Is that what that means? That's the only thing I would assume that means, right? It's just you're a 2000s baby.
see who can make it big. I'm part of that circle.
No, she did not say that.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you some context. Yeah,
Herself.
herself.
Kill me.
00 flower.
Oh my God.
Okay, so in China, every generation has flowers, and like flower means the it girl of that generation. So 00 means 2000 flowers. So you're looking at all the girls in that generation, like 2000, born in 2000, that become the next flower. It's like third generation it girl for K-pop. Like that's what people are saying, right? Yeah. But those are some crazy fans that say that. No one says that about themselves.
Yeah, nobody says that about us. Yeah, exactly.
That is crazy.
I'm in that group.
She said, I'm part of the circle of the 00 flowers on the verge of startup. On the verge of startup.
Oh my.
Well, on the verge. Not actually. In it yet.
Oh my God. Someone just knock me out right now. This is unfucking real.
It gets so bad, and she continues. And with me being on a dating show and getting caught up in this, those people are definitely going to attack you.
Like, how can someone just talk for so long about nothing? Question mark. Like, I don't know if like Stephanie's drawing it out, but it feels like we've been here like 20 hours, this conversation. Or like, she hasn't been talking that long, but in my mind, it feels like she's been sitting here berating Bao Bao for like an hour or two. Question mark. I wonder how long it actually was in the show in comparison.
And if you get emotional over getting bullied, am I supposed to be responsible for that? She's like, your ass is getting bullied. And then when you get sad that you're getting bullied, is that my fault? And what if they decide to attack me instead? No matter who's still in the wrong, I still have to spend a ton of money on PR damage control.
Why do you have to spend money on PR? Do you really have to do that? Like, what do you mean PR? You can't just say whatever you want yourself. You have to spend money to like get your PR back in control? Like what?
Another thing is, because of how I feel about you, and I'm also a little bit annoyed at Tien, okay? I don't want to be tangled up with people like this. I don't want this drama attached to my name in searches. I think it's just so low.
Oh!
If this gets out, it's not good for either of us. You might think everyone will attack you, but they could as easily attack me. They might say I'm trying to have it both ways, that I talk to you in the morning as a friend, but then I still went out with the guy that you like. Baba's like, oh, I don't think they're going to release the conversation in the morning because we were talking in the bathroom. So I think she's saying, oh, they don't film in the bathroom, but the door was open and they were standing like, you know. No, they got everything. And I'm going to request them to release everything truthfully, or else it's not very beneficial to me. And I'm going to tell you truthfully that your actions today really hurt me in terms of my career, my reputation, and my belief in friendships. Baba's like, because I'm not a celebrity, I didn't consider all of these things. I thought that it was just friends.
Is she not? Is she just an influencer or what, right? I forget. Because some of them are just influencers. Question mark.
And if it's just friends, but on the show, we might think that we're going out as friends, but the audience, like, it's still a dating show. I didn't come here for the clout.
Did she forget the camera is on for a second?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, no,
like,
she goes crazier.
Holy fuck.
All I needed from this show, I didn't need clout. I just needed a platform to share my secret. But
what? Huh? What?
You could have posted it on an Instagram story, okay?
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
She just wanted a place to talk about her secret. Question mark. That she probably made up. Or if it actually was real, it was like some little one-off thing that happened and that was it. And she's inflated it to some sort of horrible like trauma that never actually happened. She just that's what she does. She over-exaggerates things to not even to the absolute limit, beyond the limit. She goes even further beyond with her descriptions of things, right? Of like what's actually happening. So I think now, if we're again throwing away the Pee-wee's word of the day industry plant, we throw that out the window and say what she said was true about the bullying. I think what actually happened was maybe in school or whatever. She tripped on someone's leg. That was like an accident. Like they stuck their leg out for some reason, and she tripped and fell, and maybe like all her books fell out or something. I don't know. And the person was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that happens," and maybe they even helped her pick up the books. I don't know, or maybe they didn't help her because she said, "Don't help me, leave me alone," right? And then she took that and has blown it out of proportions of her being like relentlessly bullied for all of her school life or something like that, right? One instance where someone accidentally tripped her in the hall and they didn't actually mean it, like they weren't trying to bully her, and she somehow was just inflated that into this. So I can believe that, and that's because her personality she was just born a sociopath or something, right? Or whatever's wrong with her. Who knows what's wrong with ZZ? I don't know. So I think that actually is the case of what's going on here. That makes more sense. I don't know if it makes more sense than the her just being an industry plant. This is all her acting, and maybe she actually is a really good actor. But I think that kind of sums things up pretty easily, right? She just has been inflating things from the get-go. That's just her personality.
So she's saying that.
No, again, yeah, she did this to talk about her thing. So, like, I don't know if like really trauma dumping online is the way to go about it either. So I can understand like not wanting to talk about it just on social media and want to have like a platform, I guess, to talk about it in like a setting that's more professional than social media. But it just sounds really stupid and bad.
I don't give a fuck about any of this. I only came here to get some more sympathy from the audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to know I was a bully victim.
Yeah, which you could easily post that on Instagram.
Or don't.
Yeah,
What the
yeah. Usually people only post it when it's very like relevant.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just so weird.
If you have no other choice but to post it online, though, a lot of people post stuff like that online to try to get, like I said, sympathy or brownie points or whatever. A lot of times just to throw someone under the bus when they don't really deserve it, and it possibly is lies. Because you never know like what's true and what's not, right? Especially online.
No, nobody, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And so then she's like, I don't need any of this drama. To be honest, the highest like count from last season isn't even as high as one of my little Xiaohoushu posts.
She said,
Whatever that
I
means.
don't think any PR team
Can save her.
take this
Yeah.
one. Like,
She continues like, I will never hurt anyone to get clout. I don't need to chase clout and fame and attention. If I'm being discussed online, then so be it. I'm already used to it. But I never want to be discussed over issues like this.
can you imagine? How do you come back from this when she's gone this far?
I mean,
and everything she said is very much how she really feels.
Yeah. There's no coming back from it. And you know, when you see celebrities, the only ones that can even make a comeback is usually maybe if they're talented in what they do.
Yeah,
Because then it's like,
maybe.
okay, fine, then maybe some people, I'm not saying this is me, but like there will still be a group of people out there that separate the art from the artist. But this is like, girl, you're not even
Yes.
doing that. No one even follows you,
Yeah,
period.
her whole thing has to do with, I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm a celebrity. Therefore, you're below me.
It's insane. And so Baba was like, okay, can I just, she looks so lost. She's like, I don't know how I think Baba is confused. So she's like, can I just finish my side of the story real quick? Sure, you.
Yeah, she just keeps trying to get her point across. Is that a weird thing too? That's how, because you've seen like Baba, the way Baba talks is weird as well. But like she seems really desperate to get her point across. She just won't like personally inside admit that this person is crazy and she should stop trying to work this out. So I don't know. Is this like an actual like bully victim? Like a Bao Bao being the bully victim is what I'm saying. You know, because she's just like desperately, meekly trying to be like, hey, this is my point of view. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. Right? It's like Bao Bao is the one who's had some issues in the past rather than ZZ. Again, ZZ was just accidentally tripped in like middle school or something and has been carrying that her entire life.
I think Baba is confused. So she's like, can I just finish my side of the story real quick? Sure, you can finish. It's because you asked me just now. That's why I answered. Huh? Okay. Another thought that I had was that if you guys saw me outside, you guys wouldn't think that I was So then she started opening up and she was like, so I was abandoned alone at home when I was a kid. And I know that I come off as someone that likes to joke around a lot. And I know I shouldn't have joked around like that, but...
What does that mean, abandoned alone at home? As a child, do you mean they just left you alone for like a day to go to work, and they were always leaving off to work and leaving you home by yourself with no one around? Or do you mean they literally like they left town and just left you in a house by yourself, nowhere to be seen? and then you had to get like adopted or something. Two totally different scenarios, two different kinds of trauma, I guess. Having to live in a home by yourself as a child, but your parents are around, but not really. But at least you're still being taken care of. And then the opposite of literally being abandoned by your parents as they run off into the sunset without you, question mark. It's still both traumatic, but it's two different kinds of scenarios there.
When I was a kid, and I know that I come off as someone that likes to joke around a lot, and I know I shouldn't have joked around like that, but I guess because of the way that I interacted with Tian before and we would joke around a lot, that I was only making a joke when I made that phone call, and I thought that you guys would see it as like a mini game. And so she's just trying to explain and apologize over and over and over and over again, and Zizi is not having it. And Zizi's like, I hear what you're saying, but I don't get you. Your thoughts are completely different from other people. No.
I mean, Zizi's thoughts are completely different from other people. Yeah, like Balbo just desperately seems to need here the... What is she looking for? What is Balbo digging for? Like forgiveness, question mark, even though she didn't do anything wrong. Like she's like desperately looking for forgiveness. And of course the whole abandonment thing, she just basically is admitting that she has abandonment issues, question mark. So is she also desperately trying to not get Zizi to abandon her as well? Right? Because she's probably upset that Mimi, what's the name? Mimi left because she's like, that's triggering her abandonment. And then now with Tien and both Zizi dogpiling on her, trying to push her away, that's also again triggering her abandonment. And she needs, like, I guess, I don't know, like validation is not the right word because that sounds bad to say the word validation in this kind of context, but she needs the validation from both of them to be like, hey, we're not going to leave you. I think she's desperately trying to fight for these two not to leave her, even though her life is going to be worse with them in it. So she should be the one abandoning them. But of course, she's going to be incapable of doing that, right?
Girly Pop, your thoughts. You got a unique brain, okay? We're fine. We get Bao Bao. You are special. And so Bao Bao is like, I'm sorry, I really did not realize this. To be honest, I don't even know how to judge this situation anymore. I'm also confused. Just look at my makeup. My makeup is completely
What makeup?
gone. Because I've been crying all day.
Oh my god.
You could have just taken it off, right? Because you have not been crying all day. If you have, it's crocodiles. So I feel like, again, that's why I said, like, what makeup? I'm pretty sure she just isn't wearing any makeup.
I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow anymore because everything has been ruined. It's not...
Because my what is it? My emotions kidnapped? What was it?
I've been morally kidnapped.
Because my moral is gone. My moral has been kidnapped. So there's no more moral left in me.
I'm done. It's not even about being lied to anymore. I just feel like my friend let me down. I initially came onto this show to open up about myself and step outside of my comfort zone, but now I won't even dare to do that anymore. I'm gonna draw back into myself again, isolate myself. I feel like I trusted the wrong person again. When people say stuff like that, it's like, okay, go do it. Go do it. You don't
Yeah, same thing. I'm literally saying the same thing. Just good, go.
have to tell us, okay? She's like, I'm not gonna trust again. I feel like I trusted the wrong person. I got backstabbed by another girl again, which is such a pick-me thing to say, okay? This is repeating what happened to me when I was younger.
If this was the repeat from when you were younger.
Yeah, we know. We have confirmation, justice for the senior.
Yeah.
And all the comments are like, then just leave if you don't trust people. Then call an overnight car and get out of here. But Bao Bao is extremely understanding. Okay, at this point, it's already been like 40 minutes. And Bao Bao
Oof.
is like, now that I understand this, I will never do it again. But I don't know how to handle any of this now because I've been hurt by my friends a lot. I don't listen to what they have to say anymore. I look at what they do. What you're saying and what you did are two different things. And then so Zizi is like, I'm just done right now. Like, maybe we can talk tomorrow. So Bao Bao leaves, looking like she just got back from war. She goes straight. Then the producer's like, you're not done. Come in the confessional. And in the confessional, she's just like, I'm just really confused and I just feel really exhausted. And everyone's like, no, but that feeling is so real because when you talk to someone like this, you don't even know what just happened. You're just like, I don't know. That's morally kidnapping someone. That's emotionally kidnapping someone. She's like,
But she's not crying yet or like breaking down?
no, she just looks like numb. She just looks so exhausted and confused.
Wow.
As for Zizi, she tells the interviewers, I cared about that girl. I treated her like a friend, but I can never forgive her because she really hurt me. And everyone's just like, Bao Bao, you did so good. If it were me, I would have started cursing her out in the middle of that one, okay? Everyone's like,
I already said, like, Bao needed to, like, wring her out. Duct tape her mouth.
honestly, you could have slapped Zizi across the face, Bao Bao, and we would be cheering. Everyone, and it's just so bad. So many lines were clipped and turned into memes. Like the, do you know how much money I have to spend on PR because of what you did today? And people have been sending it as a response for like dumb shit friends do. So like your friend steps on your toe, and then you're like, do you know how much money I have to spend on PR today because of what you did.
There should have been a meme where like she's gone bankrupt. Like ZZ is going bankrupt from how much quote unquote money she has to spend on PR.
Like they just send it for the dumbest shit now. The 00 flower, I'm part of that circle. Lots of people were posting their like doing captions as that. It's like them taking cute pics and they're like, I'm part of the circle of 00 flowers on the verge of stardom.
On the verge of stardom.
Yes. I'm an actress. I'm very sensitive to this.
I'm an actress. I'm very sensitive today.
You know when people post stuff on TikTok and the top comment is like, hey, block me real quick because they're like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
People now in China do that. I'm an actress. I'm very sensitive to this. Like, I don't want to see this. Like they just be posting it to like people popping a pimple. Like, no, I can't see this. She's been getting memed to hell and back. And then she goes in that confessional, and remember how she said that Tian is a not so outstanding man? The confessional, she goes, I felt really hurt today. But after everything that's happened, the fact that Tian stood by my side really touched me and healed me. Because of him, I feel like my world isn't so bad. It's not like before where everything was just darkness. She starts reminiscing about their date. You know, when we were on the train, he picked a flower for me. When we got down from, you know, I was crying, and I told him to hold on to the flower because I wanted to bring it home. He said, I thought you wouldn't even want it anymore. And yeah, in that moment, I felt really happy.
What? What? Huh?
Everyone's commenting, love brain, love brain, love brain.
Oof.
Do you think she's actually into TM or what's the
No.
I think that she thinks that she can somehow get the producers to cut out all of this and just make Bao Bao look like the bad person. And she thinks it's going to be edited in a way where it's like, oh, but we still made it through the date, even though I was badly hurt.
So she's not into TM.
I don't think so. I think she's into herself.
Right. She's just saying.
Of course.
The plot means.
Sure.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And like I think that's why she was saying Tian is not an outstanding man.
Yeah, because what the fuck was that? It's so like.
But then
out
she's
of
like,
nowhere.
I'm on a dating show, so I need people to ship us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
See, I mean, if she's saying that, that means she's self-aware that he's just trash, right? So that means she must be self-aware about herself. Question mark. Which is going back to what I was saying, where I think Tien is just so stupid that he doesn't understand that he's evil. Evil's a strong word, but we're going to use it. Like Tien doesn't understand that he's doing evil actions, whereas ZZ does understand, which makes her more evil.
like she's giving.
Like, why would she
crazy.
even say that? That's so uncalled for.
Also, it's on camera.
Yeah.
I'm just dead at that. I'm just dead at the fact that, first of all, you're an actress. You would think she knows the cameras are always
But
rolling.
maybe like she knows. You know how filming the movie cut.
Yeah.
They cut
And
it
they
out.
cut everything out
Yeah.
except for the actual plot.
Dang.
So good. They cut out all the parts where she's yelling at producers in between scenes because that's the point of the movie, right? But Tien later is informed about Bao Bao's side of the story. So in his confessional, they sit him down and the producers are like, so this is what happened. Bao Bao talked to Zizi, she apologized, and Bao Bao talked about her childhood trauma, which probably played a role in what happened today. And Tien is a little smarter than Zizi in this one. He
Really?
realizes, oh shit, if the producers are asking me about this in my confessional, that means my conversation with Bao Bao is making the final cut.
Well, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
I don't know. Because he suddenly goes,
Maybe he knows.
after talking things through tonight, I realized Bao Bao had no bad intentions. When you see things from her perspective, the whole situation just really isn't that serious
See,
anymore.
he's like you said, he's a rat.
Yeah.
He knows. He reads the room.
Is he?
thinks this is what he needs to say to get
Yes.
through the room.
Ugh.
He just switches up without any like shame.
No shame.
Yeah.
Because how can you blatantly be so weird like
Yeah,
that?
so nasty.
Yeah.
To Baba.
But is he secretly actually smart and I've been reading him wrong? He actually isn't an idiot? I don't know.
You're acting like you are this understanding dude.
Of like, you know,
Or are we giving him too much credit? Here, we're just assuming that he's so smart in this situation and that actually isn't what was going on there.
what? It's really not that. And the whole time you've been like, she crossed the line, and suddenly,
Yeah.
it's really
Then
not that
you should
serious.
crowd over there and
Yeah,
apologize.
get on your knees, bitch. That's what we want to see. Ugh. Bao Bao in her confessional just says, my unintentional actions hurt CZ today. I feel really
No,
guilty
they
about it.
didn't.
I'm someone who likes to joke around a lot, and at the time, I didn't think it was a big joke. But everyone has different tolerances for jokes. Just because I don't think it's a big deal doesn't mean I can disregard other people's feelings. Even if I was joking, I still need to consider the situation and how far my jokes went. But
No. Jokes are jokes. Dying on the hill. Though, again, like I said, ZZ did not get hurt by this. She's just a nasty person. Babo did nothing wrong.
that's why I feel really sad and guilty. So, yeah, that was my night. Later,
She should have gone even harder, right? She needed to go full Jigsaw, full Billy, right?
throughout the show, the professor and Bao Bao actually become really good friends. So they go on a few dates together, but not as, like, it's very clear they're platonic. And a lot of people are like, victims must stay together. That's how they heal. They can heal each other. They can get through it together. So the next morning, because Zizi and Bao Bao's conversation didn't conclude well. It concluded, but it wasn't like, okay, let's move past this.
Yeah.
And neither did her conclusion with Tian. So she pulls Tian to the side and apologizes again. And everyone in the comments is like, Bao Bao, you're too nice. Like, you know, why are you such a good person? Because no one would have been.
Because she has abandonment issues, right? So she has to keep, again, validation is not the word I'm looking for. She has to keep trying to please people or make sure that no one is seeing her in a way that would make her be abandoned. Like, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know how to explain it. I just understand why she's acting this way. I just don't know how to explain it so that other people can understand.
I've been mad if you were like, okay, these bitches, I'm what? But she keeps apologizing, and he has the audacity to give her advice on how to apologize to Zizi. Like, you need to break the ice with her. So then she goes to Zizi and is trying to apologize, but Zizi just like walks away and doesn't want to hear it. So, you know, she is trying to ask Zizi softly, like, are you feeling better? And Zizi's like, I threw up all night. I don't know
No, you didn't.
why she would throw up. It's like kind of weird. It's not related. What do you mean you threw up all night? I'm so confused. So then Zizi's standing up and she's looking for tissues because she's trying to cry. Bao Bao hands her some napkins and is clearly trying to start a conversation with her, trying to apologize again. And Bao Bao keeps putting herself in such a lowly position of like, and everyone's just like, just get off, Zizi. Game of Thrones style, red wedding, wipe them out of here. Like, this is so insane. Everyone's getting frustrated. And she's like, I just wanted to talk to you this morning because I think that we still have some things that we could try to solve. Maybe later. I don't want to talk about it right now. So Bao Bao has to go through the rest of the day still feeling like she did someone wrong and like she doesn't deserve to be there, because that's the feeling that bullies make you feel, like you're lesser than everyone and you can't stay there on equal footing. So she just looks down the whole breakfast, and it's so obvious to everyone. And that's not saying Bao Bao's in the wrong. Like, it's so obvious to everyone what's happening. So influencer Jay, everyone loves her, okay? Even with her broken foot, she's like limping over closer to Bao Bao to sit right next to Bao Bao. Jiko sits next to her and like they're trying to, you know, support her. Even throughout the meal, influencer Jay is using this cartoon voice that Bao Bao thinks is funny, because she had like mentioned it's funny, to try and talk to Bao Bao. And then Professor, who's on the other side of the table, starts doing the cartoon voice.
Doing the what?
Doing the same cartoon voice.
What's the cartoon voice?
It's like he tries to do Patrick from SpongeBob. They're all trying
Really?
to do cartoon voices.
Oh my god.
Well, Patrick from SpongeBob. What the heck? What did it even sound like? Since, like SpongeBob is dubbed in like a billion different languages. So is Patrick just their version, like the Chinese version of Patrick? So is it even the same thing? Because a lot of I had watched like a compilation. I don't know why it just popped up, so I watched it like I don't know, a year ago, somewhere within the last year. You know, different languages of SpongeBob compilation from like this one scene, and a lot of the languages are not trying to mimic SpongeBob, like the characters that much, right? They're kind of just doing their own thing, so it's not really the same. So I don't know how you even like can tell unless they have watched the actual English version, right? I would assume they would just watch it in their own native language.
Oh my god, these people are so nice. I love that. Okay, so then Bao Bao is like trying to feel better in those moments because they're so nice, you know? But clearly she's still affected about what happened yesterday, because, I mean, I think it's very rare for adults to get berated like that.
Yeah.
Like, once you're an adult, like, your parents don't really berate you anymore. Like, who's really berating you?
And on the reality.
Yes, by
national
someone
TV?
who's, yeah. And
I feel like if you're being berated, you will just immediately start a fight, right? Or you will just like, I'm not going to listen to this. Bye. Like, I'm a grown up. I'm an adult, right? I don't have time to be treated like this unless you're at your work, right? I'm assuming like if you're at work and your boss is doing this to you, you would just sit there and take it? ? Unless you're like, okay, I don't need this. I quit, I guess, is also an option.
I'm sure she's feeling really anxious because the whole time Zizi's like, everyone's gonna fucking bully you, hate you, you're gonna get cyber canceled, and like that in Asia is no joke. Like, people will self-exit because of stuff like that.
Yes.
And so she's probably feeling all of that, but she's not making it about me, I don't want them to bully me, I'm scared. She's just really depressed, it seems. So today's the day that Zizi has to go see Bao Bao's secret, because the producers are like, well, you didn't want to see it yesterday, so we're gonna show it to you today, Zizi. Sit your ass down.
Oof.
And so she sees the secret. And Bao Bao's secret is, my secret is that I find it extremely hard to accept separation in a relationship because my parents split up twice. Every time I go home, they're never together at the same time. And if they did happen to be home once together, they would never stay for more than 10 minutes. And within those 10 minutes, they're always hitting and smashing things. Then she would ask her mom when they're getting divorced, like, Mom, are you going to want me anymore? And then she said that she would want her. And then she would say, if I gave you $10 million, would you abandon me? And she would say, no, I would never leave you with your dad. Even if you gave me $100 million, I would never leave you with your dad. But my mom lied to me. She gave up custody of me. Every time they fought, my mom would tell me, I wish you were never born. So that's why she was asking. Deep down, I'm really scared and insecure. I just have a strong sense of not being good enough. Just when I thought my relationship with my dad was getting better, he got into an accident and passed away. After things like this.
Again, what I was saying at the beginning of this video of people going before they accomplish the thing they're trying to do or whatever.
Kept happening, I developed a deep fear of being abandoned. My relationships have never been easy. I struggle badly with the feeling of abandonment and breakups. It puts a lot of pressure on me. So this is probably why she was so taken aback by Mimi leaving abruptly. Yes, she was close to Mimi, but it was very abrupt. She wasn't expecting it, so I think it startled her.
Yeah.
And she says, later this turned into me not being able to have a relationship because even when I know we're incompatible and have no future together, I can't bring myself to break up with that person. Even if the other
Again, that's why she's acting the way she is with these two.
relationship, because even when I know we're incompatible and have no future together, I can't bring myself to break up with that person. Even if the other person says we should break up, I'll just say, okay. But inside, I feel like I'm still waiting for them to come back every day, even though I know they're not. I'm just waiting for them to come back and say, I didn't abandon you. I don't want to break up. She says, I hope someone can see that behind the exterior where I joke and act like everything's fine, I have flaws and issues, but still chooses to understand me and accept me. To me, this is a firm, unwavering choice. Which
The problem with that, though, now is now that everyone knows that, she's just signed herself up to be used and abused even more now, unfortunately. Because people are going to hear that and be like, we'll say like guys, but I mean, I don't know if any girls are going to also cling on to that as well. If they think that maybe they can swing her in their direction. I'm talking about like in a relationship, like them being in a relationship with each other. So any guys or girls might hear that and be like, oh, I can try to get her to be with me and then she'll never leave me now, and I can do whatever I want because she has abandonment issues, and now, you know, yada yada yada. She's like a guaranteed catch because she has all this trauma. Even though like they know that they're terrible, they know they can swoop in and snatch her because of her issues. I feel like that unfortunately has just signed her up to be more victimized, because a lot of people are just going to see that and be like, okay, she's free game, unfortunately.
okay, these secrets are pre-filmed. You know, this is not something that she's like trying to gain sympathy. You know, and this is such a specific. And also in East Asia, like lots of people don't talk about parents divorcing and parents not getting along. Even though a lot of parents don't get along, it's just not something you talk about publicly. So this is like a big deal for her.
It's a shameful thing to talk about. Yeah.
And so after listening to all of this,
I can guess what Zizi's response.
She doesn't care.
It's gotta be something about her.
she says, I can sort of sympathize and understand her. After all, I've been hurt before, so I don't want others to get hurt either.
Yeah, I mean, you bring it back to herself. You can't just let things be. It has to always circle back to her.
I'm super sensitive towards that. I'm willing to give her more warmth and care in our future interactions, but I probably can't bring myself to forgive her for what she did yesterday. To be honest, my energy has been very low, and I understand she felt abandoned, but she never considered my feelings. After
I couldn't think of the word earlier, but they said it like forgiveness. Like Babo's trying to find the forgiveness so that she might keep them around, even though she shouldn't really keep them around because they're terrible.
I see her secret, I can understand what she means, and I can only feel sorry for her experience, but I can't forgive her because this is not a reason. And then she hits us with her most viral line. I'm not her mother. I wasn't the one who abandoned her.
Except you're treating Tien like a mom.
My fucking god. Oh my fucking god. And everyone's like, I wasn't the senior. I'm not the one that bullied you, so I'm gonna go online.
Oof.
People are typing away in the comments. I'm not your senior, so okay. They're going in.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. She's like,
It's like such a cruel line too.
Yeah.
I'm not your mother. I didn't abandon you. Is like pure evil. It's not even like, oh, but that has nothing to do with this, right? It's not, it's like just pure evil.
I really think she should not be a celebrity. Like that's for her own good.
Yeah, for her.
And she should just leave the screen forever.
Yes.
Stay home, be a nepo baby, do whatever. Literally, people like this, they cannot change the way they think.
No.
And it's just a matter of time for another scandal to break out. So
And she's just gonna victimize more people
Yeah.
and more people.
yeah.
Just what? Also, it gets worse. Like later, the whole secret gets shown.
Stephanie, you can't just keep saying, oh, well, it gets worse later. It gets worse later. Like, you keep saying that. When does the worst go away, right? Every time, oh, well, like, you know, you wait, it's going to get worse. You wait, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Like, when does it stop getting worse, Stephanie?
Showed to everyone Bao Bao's secret. And so she explains, like, because her parents divorced, she was living at like a boarding school in high school, and her experience living with even relatives, because she didn't like the boarding school, her parents stuck her with random relatives. And she's so transparent that a lot of people feel like just so bad. Her parents never came to see her, and her relatives would say things like, your parents don't even want you, they don't even come to see you. And then worst of all, there were older male relatives that would sexually harass her and would send her inappropriate messages. And then she tried showing those messages to her parents to try and get away from living with them, and her parents were saying that she's too sensitive. She said that because of that, it was just rough. Like, she's got lots of abandonment issues. So really the only thing that she did was study. That's it. That's why she got into one of China's top universities, biochemical engineering. She said she pushed herself academically because she thought that if she was smart academically, no one could be mean to her. Like, because, you know, that's something parents are proud of, relatives are proud of. And then she accomplished it, moved out of her relative's home. And then in university, she reconnected with her dad and things were going okay. And then he abruptly died in a car accident. Then she went to go live with her mom during this grief process. Wow. And her mom kicked her out at 3 a.m. It was raining, so she was like walking to a hotel with her suitcase, and it was just following her dad's death. Her dad left some inheritance behind, and there was like everyone was like legally she was on the phone with an attorney, actually during the filming of the show, because it's still ongoing. But during college, she doesn't have access to any money, so she would sell jewelry on the side.
Dang.
She also joined the campus reception team, which pays like $7 an hour. And she remembers, like, one of the biggest things she remembers is all the girls on the reception team. It's really hard for her to make friends because afterwards they'd be like, oh, let's all get milk tea. Like, that was the thing. But she didn't have money to get milk tea. And they would always say things like, oh, you're so disciplined. Like, that's how you stay so skinny. And she's like, I never told them. I just don't have money for milk tea. I'm gonna cry. I'm so sad about this. And everyone is so heartbroken, and they're like listening to Bao Bao, and like no one knows what to say. They just want to hug her. And influencer Jay, I love her because she's like always there for anyone, and especially Bao Bao because she needs it the most during this
Before we get to what Jay says, is Zizi going to say some dumb nonsense? Is Tien going to say some nonsense?
season. And she's just like gently patting her back as she's telling the story. And as for Zizi, she's fucking pretending to care. Okay, she's like
She literally has seen the story already, right? Like, she already knows, and she doesn't care. Like, what the heck? This crocodile in sheep's clothing, right? I mean, I don't know if it's even a sheep's clothing. It's just like crocodile out in the open, and everyone's just like pretending like it's not there. The Emperor's new clothes, right? We're all just pretending that's not a crocodile in the room with us. Question mark. Pretending Emperor's new clothes.
pretending to be emotional, and then even afterwards she announces like, I was actually the one that first heard Bao Bao's secret. Again,
Stop. She just has to interject herself with everything. Everything has to be about her.
and no one cares if you're the first one.
Why are you?
Yeah.
It's about her.
And then she was like, I just feel like I understand her so much better. What I want to say is, Bao Bao, you have some unresolved trauma and inner conflict, but none of that is your fault. It all comes from what you've been through. You don't have to blame yourself for any of it. I wrote you a letter, just like how I wrote in the letter. I hope you never have to go through anything like this again, and that things will get better for you. Not just for you, but every single girl here. I hope things only get better.
She's putting the spotlight on herself. Like, oh, look at how much of a good person I am.
So, okay, remember that she references a letter. The producers are like, oh, let me show them the letter.
Cue the letter?
Cue the letter. Cue the letter, okay? In the letter, she just writes like, let's move on. That's it.
Wait, hold on. Dude, Stephanie, what are you doing?
The
Hold
producer's
on.
like, oh, let me show them the
Cue
letter.
the letter?
Cue the letter. Cue the letter, okay? In the letter, she just writes like,
Bao, I saw your secret today. I've also experienced the things you went through before. So it's like, hey, I'm also victim. I can sympathize with a part of it. Let's both move on from this issue. Because like, oh yeah, I've had this done to me. I mean, even though it hasn't. So let's just move on. Question mark. Again, can't let herself not be the center of attention.
let's move on. That's it. Which she tells the producers, what she means in her letter. No matter what, I'm someone who calls it like it is, and I don't want things to be awkward for everyone. So over the next few days, I'll probably try to get along with you. So for my part, I'm ready to move on. This matter is over. The only thing is, we might not be able to be close friends in real life after what happened.
Okay, just stop talking.
So that's that. Okay. No, I hope you heal.
We're just ruining the moment for everyone.
I saw your secret. I resonate. So then Baba was like, the fact that she said we could move on made me really happy. I truly
It shouldn't. You should be like, okay, screw you, Zizi.
care about her as a friend, and I think that we share a lot of similar experiences in our past, and I feel like I can relate deeply to her. This issue also exposed a lot of our deepest soft spots, and for me, it's the fear of being abandoned. And when I realized that no one had invited me, I felt really low. I guess sitting alone at home, watching them come back happily together, it amplified my sadness. As for Zizi, she just wanted to give her whole heart in exchange for a genuine friendship. But the truth is, both of us cared. You know, it just hit our soft spots in our hearts, and maybe we reacted out of that. And after many years, you know, the pain might fade, but marks stay forever. Still, I believe that both of us have grown from this. So then, as all of this is happening, when they leave, okay, after Bao Bao's secret is revealed, everyone is depresso espresso. No one's having a good time because, I mean, how can you, right? Everyone's feeling just like heavy. Not that that's, again, not saying it's Bao Bao's fault. It's just I think people need time to process, and I'm sure lots of people feel just sad. Yeah. Tien just fucking singing as he's heading to his room.
Please don't looking for.
Also, one time someone just was like, oh, you're kind of good at singing, because he was like singing to himself, and then he just sings throughout the entire season. And then at one point, one of the producers is so over his shit, the producer goes, oh, you're singing again. And they leave that in. Because like they never leave the producer's voice in. Yeah. They're like, why the fuck are you singing all the time?
This is my breakout moment as a singer.
Yes.
Again, it just they're trying to make him seem like he's so smart and aware of what's like going on, but like him just being out there listening to that and then immediately just, you know, head empty, I'm just gonna sing in and dance in as we're walking around, even though everyone else is depressed. We just listen to this depressed song. Just makes it seem like, okay, no, he really is just that dumb, right? He does have a incredibly low IQ, almost to a point where it's like, I don't know, should we actually feel bad for him because he's so dumb? I don't know. Like, it comes out like he's actually like very low IQ after the show, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, to a point where you actually, you know, like a number where you would like, okay, we can't actually be too mad at him because his number is so low. Question mark. Again, I feel bad saying that though.
I think that's what he was thinking.
Because he cares about screen time and blah, 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 blah.
Everyone's like, oh my god. So then this is where Chen 71 gets a lot of hate. So Chen 71 and Zizi are sitting together after Bao Bao's secret is revealed.
Okay, so we're saying Chen is actually evil now, and it never recovers. What could it possibly be?
And Bao Bao still goes to Zizi, and she is like, this is stomach medicine. You can eat this later. Because remember, Zizi was like, I threw up all
Damn.
wet medicine. It's stomach medicine. I'll take one then. I have another strip, so you can take this one too. I'll just take one. Is this chewable or do you mix it with water? Oh, you chew it.
Okay.
Nothing, no thank you. Just like waits for Bao Bao to leave. And Chen71 is also sitting there just like looking at Bao Bao. And like, I know maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I don't like the way she's looking at her. I don't like
Is that it? It's just like, just because they're like mean girling together? We have to make assumptions that Chen's being evil? I was expecting like more, but I guess that's fine.
It just reminds me of, like, maybe not actively bullying, but like the look is also very kind of demeaning. Like, because in that situation, I think any normal person would have been like, oh, that's so sweet, Bao Bao, because they're trying to ease the tension between them. So any normal person would have been like, oh, that's sweet of you, Bao Bao.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's so sweet. Or like, oh, those are my favorite stomach medicine. It hurts, like, it helps so much. But instead, she's just looking. And they're both looking, like two little mean girls. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong with you guys? Like, say thank you. Why can't you even say thank you? And on the 6th day of the show, instead of everyone going on individual dates, so the next day, everyone's hanging out together in the field, and the producers have all these activities planned, like in a big group. And this is how much people hate Zizi. So there's tables and chairs lined up, and like the center spot is very picky, right? So the first to arrive are Influencer Jay and Zico. They sit on the very edge. Okay, now the next to arrive are Professor Barry and Zizi. So Professor and Barry, they're really close, and Barry likes PR Lily. So in like near the center, there's like 2 seats that are in the center, and then one kind of off to the side. So the professor's thinking, oh, like I can still talk to Barry, but Barry's still with PR Lily, and then like there's this one seat alone. So like this might make the most sense if we're sitting here. Right, because then I am alone, you know. And so he's like pointing at the 3 seats, and it's not the direct center, but it's closer to the center. I mean, there's only so many seats, right? And there's only so many configurations of the seats. Like, it's weird for a professor to sit in one where it's clearly a pair, because then maybe he has to sit with, like, you know, it's like a thing. So then he chooses
Are we doing the thing where you're not supposed to be sitting in the middle? Question mark.
that one. And he's about to sit. He's like, oh, if we sit here, then you guys can sit there. And before he can even finish, Zizi walks in, chooses the center seat, and plops down. Like the ones that they were looking at in front of him. Right.
They are choosing that seat?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
So Professor is so stunned by her actions, and also no one wants to sit next to her, so then they go to the very edge, the opposite edge of Influencer Jay and Zico. Because they're like, okay, like none of us want to be around you at all. And she takes the center seat, and everyone is upset by this. It feels so deliberate, like she thinks that she's the star in all of this. And then later, as more people arrive, the seating becomes a bit messy because, I mean, it's an odd number of guests, and she just like randomly picked the center seat, and it's just very weird. So then everyone has to like move around, except Zizi, who stays glued to the center seat. Everyone's like, oh, okay, why don't we scoot down? Why don't you sit here to make sure everyone's in the pairing that they like or sitting next to their friend? Just trying to be considerate, right? But she's just sitting there. So then ultimately, her and Tian end up in the center seats because she wouldn't fucking move. So then the first game that they start playing is they have this Q&A that they do for couples to get to know each other. So it'd be like, what is their MBTI? What is their favorite song? And every time...
Oh, the Q&A thing. I am contemplating the question that was given to me about taking that test. What is it called? Is it just called the MTBI test? You know? Was asked, like, you know, who you are, who asked. Because I am so vague with like posting people's names in these videos because I don't know if anyone wants to be named, which is why I don't name. But you know who you are, right? One of the regulars. I am thinking about it, question mark. It's just, you know, the joke of like, I don't want to take it, and then it's like, you are a sociopath, question mark. And it's like, oof. And then everyone unsubscribes.
Time you get it right, they are able to get to the next part of the obstacle. So the first team that won was Finance Bro Zhao and Chen71.
And by the way, that's me taking that test as like a video idea, like me on video taking this test. I don't know what you would even, where you even take it. If there's like an official place to do this thing, I don't know.
There's a Q&A that they do for couples to get to know each other. So it'd be like, what is their MBTI? What is their favorite song? And every time you get it right, they are able to get to the next part of the obstacle. So the first team that won was Finance Bro Zhao and Chen71. Second is Chico and Influencer Jay. And the team that took the longest was Barry and PR Lily, right? But they only took the longest because technically the guys only have to get 3 questions right from the girls. But Barry doesn't even care about the game. He wants to know PR Lily's response to everything. He's like, I just want to get to know her.
cute.
Yeah, it was so cute.
He's like just sitting there asking all the questions?
Because it's like not about winning the game. He just wants to get to know her answer to everything. Yeah, I really like them. Yeah.
Wow.
And so as he's doing that, it's such a sweet gesture. And even though they were last, obviously PR Lily doesn't feel like they were last. And the professor is even cheering for them. And he says, high EQ, so high EQ. He goes,
Professor?
the professor's like, if not first, be the one and only, you know? Like there's like he's encouraging them, like, even though you guys aren't first, you guys are each other's one and only, and that's good enough, right? But he said it to root for Barry and to make them not feel like they didn't lose the game.
Yeah.
But after he said that, Tian follows up with, yeah, you guys make first place look like clowns now, haha. So now he's like dogging on first place. When it's like, what? And then the professor goes,
Oof.
He literally goes, what? And then he repeats it. He was like, yeah, if you compare them together, now the first place looks like losers. And then the professor straight up looks around and goes, are you allowed to say that? Like, he's so, like, is that something you can
this
say?
is like when you throw like some dumb people like next to some normal people.
And the normal people are like, hello? Am I getting pranked on this show right now? Oh my God. And so people are just like, how is he ugly and dumb?
Oof.
This game is called $1.50. Don't eat it. The girls represent 50 cents.
Okay.
Guys represent $1. No,
Crazy.
I don't even want
Why
to talk
is
about
that?
this right now. I'm getting mad. Okay.
Who made up this name?
I don't know.
Probably a man.
Kelly Tien.
Kelly Tien.
Dude, like, guys, I have a new game idea. Okay. So then the girls are 50 cents and the guys represent $1. Well, you
Sure.
know what? Maybe it was a take on pay inequality, right? Let's just go there. Let's just say it was supposed to be a feminist message at the end of the day. But the crew would call out a random number. So they'd be like $2.50. So then you'd have to have 2 guys and a girl. Is $1, and 50 cents. Me. Just 50 cents shows up. So then they're doing.
I could think of a reason why. 'Cause, like, what is the other reason? Only other reason why, other than the fact that what a dollar looks like and what a 50 cents. 50 cents could be 2 quarters, right? What does 2 quarters look like compared to a woman? What does a dollar look like compared to a man, right? You can understand the analogy there, right? I don't have to be specific. I mean, it's very childish, right? But if we're going to try to give a reason, I assume it's because guys have a dollar, quote unquote, and women have 2 quarters, question mark. Granted, you could argue that guys who have 2 quarters underneath the dollar, question mark.
And then in round 1, the prompt is $2.50. Now, Bao Bao and Influencer J are forming a group because they're besties now. So it's 50 cents, 50 cents, it's $1. So they still need $1.50. So then Bao Bao is like, Chico, come here. So then they would need 50 more cents, right?
Yeah.
Chico clearly wants to go there because he's glued onto Influencer J.
Yeah.
And he's running. But as he's running over, Tien grabs his shirt, pulls him into his group with ZZ, and goes, $2.50, we won.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. They're terrorizing these people. What the fuck? These people can't do nothing because they know the camera's rolling.
So they're just, and also remember, Influencer J broke her foot.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, there's penalties if you lose the game too. So Influencer J is gonna face a penalty with a fucking broken foot. And like, sure, you could argue that even if Chico went there, they would still need 50 cents. But still, what do you mean?
And, like, Tien's just stupid, right?
Tien doesn't even understand what he looks like because he's patting Chico on the shoulder, looking proud of himself, like, hell yeah, we won.
Again, like, he's reaching levels of IQ where it's actually not okay for us to be mad at him.
Oh god.
They're getting hated so much, netizens have created a name for them. I call them Tien and ZZ, but I think they're what is it? To die?
Zenwing? Zhen?
His first name is like Zhang Zen.
Genwin?
Z
Genwing?
is like real name. If you combine it, it means to die.
To die? Oh, dang.
So they've been calling them the To Die team. So because Bao Bao and Influencer J lost this round of making the $2.50, they both have to do punishments. So Influencer J is forced to recreate like a doing meme, and then Bao Bao had to wink at 4 people, like get in their face and wink. Like it's kind of intimate. So she's like, oh, I'm only gonna wink at the girls, right? So then she winks in front of Chen 71, and this is when Chen 71 starts getting hate because she has to ask, are you satisfied with my wink? And if they're not satisfied, she has to keep doing it, okay? And so she goes, winks at Chen 71, and then she goes, are you satisfied with my wink? And all the other girls are like, yeah, loved it, it was so cute, right? And Chen goes, yeah.
Wow. So she clearly picked the side.
Yeah, and everyone's like, are you ZZ's bitch baby? Like, do you not have a brain of your own at this ripe age? And also, you're on a dating show. It's not like you have to form groups and eliminate the competition. Like, do you think you're on Physical Asia? You don't have to make teams. And then Chen 71 does this weird thing where she has to do a punishment and she has to draw 2 people. And like, people have to guess who it is. So the first person she draws is a guy. And everyone's like, obviously she's drawing Finance Bro because that's her partner. Who else would
Is it? I mean, I don't know what that is supposed to be. A balloon animal? I don't know.
she draw? So then that's correct. And then the next one, she draws a girl and they're crying. The
Okay, is it supposed to be Bao Bao because they're distraught, right?
girl is crying. And everyone's like,
I mean, this isn't the face actually has facial features. Like the guys, like what I was depict from that, right? The balloon, like other than balloon animal. I mean, I'm being mean, right? But this is actually a stick figure compared to like the balloon arms and legs that the other thing had. Like all the emphasis is on the face to make sure like this was a girl who is in much distress.
who is this girl that's crying? Why did you, like, you could have drawn anything and anyone, but like you drew a girl that's crying. And then ZZ quickly goes, oh my god, is that me? And Chen goes in front of everyone, yeah, she's always crying like a little baby in front of me. Again,
Okay, I thought it was gonna be Bao Bao to be mean, but like no, I guess it's just they have officially clicked. They are now in a clique. Chen and ZZ.
trying to isolate Bao Bao as in like, she's so depressed and sad and always crying.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would say out of everyone, Chen 71 and Finance Bro get the most heat because Chen 71 for all of this and more that we're gonna talk about in a little bit. But Finance Bro because he's the one that was gossiping with Tien, like, oh yeah, she was crying, wasn't she? She was crying because she was mad. And just like the fact that he allegedly told Tien that he didn't want to be with Bao Bao the first day, all of these things just make him seem like, get it together, you guys are adults. Whereas everyone else on the show, all the other girls, super kind. And then even the guys, like in such a platonic, nice way, they're very nice to Bao Bao. Like Jiko is the one that she goes to when she wants advice. Professor is always trying to cheer her up. Barry is maybe the only one that doesn't interact with Bao Bao. And it's because he doesn't fucking interact with anyone that's not PR Lily. Like he's so zeroed in, he can't even see anything. That's it. And then also, even if Chen 71 was told to
Is he as Barry love-brained?
story by Zizi, I think it would be really hard for me to sit there, listen to that story, and then line it up with Bao Bao in a way that's malicious. I feel like Bao Bao doesn't, it's not like she's walking around snarky. Like, if you told me Zizi did that to you, I might be brainwashed into being like, you know what, that is a bitch move. She's a bitch. Because she already acts so crazy.
Yeah,
But Bao Bao, it's like, she is like so scared of stepping on anyone's toes all the time. Like, why would you even be mean to her? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, and I'm going to leave you with, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that in the next episode. Oh, yeah, because some crazy shit goes down.
I was gonna say that we don't have much time left. We have like 58 seconds left.
Zizi starts adopting Bao Bao's trauma story as her own at some point.
What? What do you mean? Well, she said like, oh, I also have, I also sympathize with that, right? Implying that she has gone through the same thing. So does she just take other people's traumas and apply them to herself? Like, am I about to retcon my story of someone accidentally tripping her in school and then her inflating that to her being viciously bullied and beat up in school, to actually that never happened to her, and it was just she watched another person be bullied, and it possibly even was her was the one who was viciously bullying somebody in school, and then she took that story and made it her own. Like, she's always trying to win this, like, not to use this term, but she's always trying to win this victims Olympics kind of game. Like, she has to be the number one, right? Instead of just like letting people be, she has to be the number one.
She drops something that she makes and then gives it to Bao Bao to eat. Oh, things get so crazy.
What?
And then the next part is going to be the finale. Her and Tian have a big issue. They fought to the end for what? Because in the end, some shit's gonna go down. So stay tuned for that. And also in the next part, we're gonna go over their live streams, because after the show ended, you can imagine what happened online. And then Tian and Zizi were like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on a live stream and redeem myself. Turns out they just dug their grave much deeper. Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. So next time is going to be the last one. So episode 5 is going to be the last episode.
Like, they're digging it so deep, they might as well end up in America.
God bless America.
So with that being said, let me know your...
What was that? I was looking away.
Yeah. Like, they're digging it so deep, they might as well end up in America.
God bless America.
So with that
Oh,
being said,
I don't know who
let me
that
your
is.
thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Watching Secrets in Love Season 2 will leave you with scars. Is this Season 2 or is this the season? Is this like a next thing? This must be the season. Like, Season 2 must be this season. But yep, that is that. I guess we have a 5th and final episode to look forward to, unless she continues to watch more of this show. But she usually doesn't, right? She'll do like a season or something of a show, and then she'll move on to something else, right? And doesn't come back to it. But yep, that is that. Again, Zizi and Tian still crazy. Specifically Zizi, because I am again playing devil's advocate with Tian and just assuming he's just so dumb that it's actually like he doesn't understand what he's doing. A lot of the times he's just head empty. He's just working. Maybe he doesn't even have an inner monologue. If you ask him, hey, do you have an inner monologue? He'd probably tell you no, because his head is just that empty. Because again, apparently 50% of the population doesn't have inner monologue. Again, I don't understand how that's possible, but I would assume he'd be one of them. Question mark. Not that all people who don't have an inner monologue are dumb. It's just I think is also dumb and has no inner monologue, so he just spews any sort of thing out of his mouth immediately without any thought put into it. Because he physically, would you even say physically? He like metaphysically can't think because he has no inner monologue. Yeah, that was that. There's something else I was going to say at the end here, but I don't remember. That had nothing to do with the story. Oh yeah, just go watch the Lego. I'm going to say it again. Watch the Lego stuff, even if it's not for me. If it's just straight from Reckless Ben's channel, watch the Lego stuff. Right, this is a crazy story. Like, you don't understand how crazy the story is, because I know all y'all people who watch the Stephanie stuff, you're not watching everything. You need to treat the Reckless Ben Lego stuff like it's the Stephanie video and watch it. And by that, just mean like, no, you actually show up to watch it, right? Because it is crazy. You know, there's part 1 and part 2, right? Part 3 could be coming out soon. I don't know when it's going to go up. Who knows what's going to show up in that? There's a little extra little stuff that's also going around, and the unredacted police footage, people talking about that. Lawyers all over YouTube are talking about this, and like the unredacted police footage, which I'm not going to talk about because I feel like we're getting spoiler territory. If you haven't seen it, watch the Lego stuff. Question mark. Also, of course, we're playing Neverness to Everness as well, so you would watch that, go check that out. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a standard gacha open world game, but it's supernatural based. So there's a little bit of horror. It's trying to do horror stuff, but it's not exactly a horror game, I would say, because they can't go too hard on that. I think the effort's not going to be all there, unfortunately. I kind of wanted to get around to doing the new intro for the series, for the RAD series, but I haven't got around to it yet. I wanted to do it before recording this, but I was like, screw it. I want to get this video done already. So maybe we'll see the new intro at some point. I haven't even started on it, but it would, once I have all the pieces, it would just take like a day to make. I think I can, that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm just trying to think of all sorts of things I could say here at the ends. But I think we've gone over everything we can. Question mark. I got to remember to put the poll in on this video somewhere. Again, I don't know how that works. Somewhere on this video there's a poll that says, is this the model that I use scary or hideous? I don't know. Can I say both? Scary or hideous? Yes or no? Right, it should be somewhere, hopefully. Because I know you can do that. So answer that truthfully. Question mark. So yeah, Kyuuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers, so they will becoming a member. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so we can watch some and subscribers. And over here we have a throne now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. But yeah, Kyuuties, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, hype. Don't forget about that. And subscribe. Well, yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hype, and comments. Another do. See ya.